Så. Då är vi live.
Skönt. Ja, jag släppte mig
Får
här.
ni ha så kul.
Ja,
Tack så mycket.
tack så mycket.
Jag lägger upp också kanske att vi är live.
Ja.
Har ni lagt upp det på Age of Sigmar Sverige eller?
Nej,
Nej, vi har inte lagt upp det någonstans än.
inte någonstans än.
Det är Asylum Wargaming på Twitch eller?
Ja.
Ja, men...
Okay. Welcome. This is the Fantasia Fanatic number 38. We are starting streaming game 1 in a moment.
So this is our main host Per, and I'm your co-host Henrik for today.
Yes. And we will see 5 games. Hopefully they will be fun. We will try to make this as interesting as possible with some comments and background facts. And we will also try to give you some background of the venture and of course the tournament, the history of the tournament and such. We will start a game between OBR and Daughters of Khaine in a moment.
Players are then the OBR player Jonas Paro, and the Daughters of Khaine player would be Samuel, I guess?
Samuel Jansson. We will go to the other mode here.
Du använder den där.
Okay.
Men du klickar på 2. Okej.
Okay.
Technology, you know.
Technology is...
Nej, inte Aftonbladet.
Jag ska se. Varför inte den funkar att byta här.
So we're having a bit of technical difficulties. We're gonna get Jesper now to see if we can switch to the actual game cam. So this is Fantasia Fanatic number 38, and with COVID restrictions we have to limit the amount of players on the tournament, but we're still like a good, I guess 24 or 26 people or so.
Och det är ju för att den webcamen är ju window capture. Men, ja, nej men det är...
Det verkar inte finnas där.
Jo men video capture, så.
Ja.
Window capture är Aftonbladet. Men den kan vi ta bort då.
Men video capture är...
Så. Ja, men så
Video capture är ni. Så.
Ja, så där kan vi ha.
Och så.
Så, nu är det perfekt. Okay, we're back after some technical issues, and now we are able to see the board, and hopefully you are too. This is start of deployment.
Yeah, we're playing Star Strike, I believe.
Yes.
So they've begun their first turn. I think that have they rolled for player 1 and player 2?
Yes, they have rolled for player 1 and 2. Bara är du som... Vem börjar deploya? Det är Jonas. Okay. Samuel started to deploy and put 5 heart renders in the air. Samuel is playing Daughters of Khaine, as you said earlier, and we have got Jonas on the OBR. Some fast walkthrough of the lists.
Yeah, as you can see, Jonas has deployed his large terrain piece there in the center of the board, and it's a good way to block up certain paths you can walk to. But what's the main use of the terrain piece, you would say?
Well, I think depends on the matchup, of course. But in this matchup, I would say that blocking a bit of the Daughters of Khaine movement is a good way to stop his foot-slogging units in their path.
As well as giving them -1 to hit on a 4-up, I believe.
Yeah. Anyway, we got 10 Mortek Guard going down.
Yeah, hugging that terrain piece.
Yes.
And just to clarify, we're not playing with randomly rolled terrain, only the realm-specific rules.
Yeah. And we are in the realm of fire, so all terrain pieces are volcanic.
Yep.
So that's something to count on. We also have to say that this is a really interesting matchup and a really good first game, because we got some really good players. They are skilled and experienced with their armies and in the game. Jonas Paro always at the top of the Fantasia Fanatic tournaments. He usually, when he attends, he usually places top 3 or something. Samuel Jansson is from the south of Sweden, far south, and he is also top player and also often placing high in tournaments. It was a while ago since Samuel was attending the Fantasia Fanatic tournament. He's played a lot of games in the south and also used to be a part of the Swedish ETC team and Six Nations team. Still am, he's saying. So this is a really good starting match, and I'm glad that we are seeing these skilled players early in the stream, because this is table 1, so we will be streaming the top players usually.
Yeah.
But I couldn't hope for a more interesting first game.
Yeah.
According to players. And as we're saying, this is the Fantasia Fanatic. It's a tournament in the north of Sweden. It's an annual tournament twice a year.
Yeah.
That are back because of the coronavirus. We were down. Usually we're playing twice a year.
Yeah, number 37 became like a league of sorts rather than an actual tournament.
Yes.
And today's tournament, we have, I think it's 26 people in this big hall with at least like, I don't know, 6 or 7 meters between each of the tables.
Yeah,
so
we can safely say that this is corona-safe environment. It is also high roof, and that's good for the air in the venture.
Yeah, and absolutely no visitors today. So if you want to watch the tournament, watch the stream.
Watch this stream, because that's the only way that you will be able to see it if you're not attending. Okay, as we can see, they are still deploying. It will take a while, of course, because Jonas is supposed to put up 70 Mortek Guard, and as you know, Mortek Guards are small in size and plenty. So we are now seeing the second Mortek Guard unit placed down in the right part of the deployment zone. Well, the lists. We are asked in the Twitch chat, what are the lists? Jonas is playing with his
double crawler Katakros, I describe it as.
Yes, he got two catapults. He got Katakros, and he got 70 Mortek Guards divided in 3 units: 40, 30, and 10. No, 40, 20, and 10, I think. He also got a little helper in the Boneshaper. Mm-hmm. So 2 heroes, 3 units, and 2 catapults.
Yeah. Well, the daughters list, I think I see a Morathi over there. He has Heartrenders in the sky and
2 units of Heartrenders.
Or is that a Morathi?
He has Morathi. He has 30 units of rituals, 30 models of Sisters of Slaughter, and another, I think it's 20 units of rituals. So a lot of angry half-naked female elf.
How will they fare though against Mortis Praetorians re-rolling saves with Katakros buffing their armor save, you think?
Yeah, this is a really interesting matchup because, as I would say, the Daughters of Khaine is a army book, an army that has actually one of the few armies, along with Iduneth Deepkin, that actually, since the release of the first book, they have actually held their own against most armies. And I mean, the first year with that book, it was totally devastating with Hagg Nar. Also, he is playing Hagg Nar, Samuel. And Mortis Praetorians for the OBR, yes, that's correct.
So basically what you get through Mortis Praetorians is that Catechism can increase their armor save by 1 and give them +1 to hit on like a 36-inch bubble or something like that.
Yeah.
What does Hagg Nar give for benefits?
Well, the Hagg Nar, if you get the Cauldron hero, you get a 5+ DPR save if you are within 7 inch of the Cauldron. And that's not wholly within, that's within, because this is an old book and it's party time for Samuel. Because not that hard to put units within 7 of each other.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to give tactical advice, but I think he can manage to put them within 7 of his Cauldron. Okay. He's starting to put out some small heroes behind those rocks.
Yeah, I believe that's the Hag Priests,
yes,
maybe?
Yes, he got some priests too. So it was just confirmed that yes, he's got 80 elves in total, 30 slaughter, 30 witch elves and 20 witch elves.
Yeah.
Prayers, det vet jag inte. Okay, so now we are watching Jonas putting out his other units of third units of Mortek Guard. I think he got 5 of them left to put out, or more. It's a 30 units, so 20. Okay. Anyway, the tournament, we have to say something about how it is played. It's 5 games. It is. We are using the Best Coast Pairings app, and we are using a system of win and lose system, you could say.
Yeah. Basically, really vanilla, what it's written in the General's Handbook.
Yes, and also we got those auxiliary objectives as a bonus and a deal breaker.
Yeah, tiebreaker. Deal breaker.
Deal breaker, almost the same. Yeah. Almost. Yes, the tiebreaker is the auxiliary objectives.
Yeah.
So that's something to look out for. We will have some information in a moment about the choice of auxiliary objectives. I think they have talked about it, but I haven't decided yet, I think. Anyway, we're seeing Jonas putting his some fine adjustments to his Mortek Guard, big unit Mortek Guard in the center. Okay, this is exciting. This is really exciting. As I said, this is two very skilled players that will be trying to grasp that victory that is needed for them to.
And that's the Boneshaper, I think.
Yeah. We got the Boneshaper that will be in range with some of his buffs and stuff.
So Samuel brought both Sisters of Slaughter and Witch Elves.
Yes.
What would you say are the big difference between those? Why not just bring one of them? For example?
The Slaughter ones have a special ability of being able to pile in 6-inch. I mean, that is absolutely fantastic when you are playing a close combat army. To be able to stand back and allow them to not be hit before they can hit, because Daughters of Khaine is somewhat of a paper tissue army. They got their 5+ DPR, but not much of an armor save, and they need to strike first and hard.
Yeah, so basically with one command point you can run them up 6,
Yes.
move them their full range, and then have a 6-inch pile-in,
Yes.
which you can stand outside of 3 inches of other
Yes.
units and just strike first.
Yes, and it's clearly written that you can exploit it in that way.
Yeah,
It's
so it's a good way to go around, like for example Locust from Slanesh that makes you hit last, etc.
Yeah, you can really play around the locusts and Slanesh.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it is some witches going down for Samuel.
Yeah, I don't see any whips, so those are the regular witch elves,
I think those are the regular ones, yes. He will put them down, and if you see, put them in the center, such.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this army. Witch elves is usually not an army we see here up in the north of Sweden.
No, actually, as you say, Henrik, the witch elves are not present often. We got some player in Östersund playing witch elves coming up sometimes at local tournaments. But in Umeå we got no prominent Daughters of Khaine player.
I mean, I would go as far to say as we have none.
I would say that we have none actually that are actually playing regular tournaments. No.
I mean, they are a great looking army with really fun to play army, like allegiances, and I don't know why people don't play them.
Yeah. Well, it's somewhat of an expensive army, of course.
When has that stopped anyone?
No, especially not you or me.
Yeah.
But anyway, we see the catapult going down, and I think it's really fun to see. We can't show all the lists in the tournament here on the screen, and we will show you some lists in a while. But I can say one thing. But if you look at the 26 lists that are present in the tournament, there's a lot of lists that contains big units of close combat troops. The shooting method that we have seen internationally is somewhat changing, at least for this tournament. There are some Sarfon players with shooting, of course.
I think we have one Techless player.
Yes, and we got two players playing Sench. And that's some shooting in there, of course. But all in all, I would say that it's a lot of lists with strong or at least grindy close combat armies.
Yeah, I like that 60 Plague Bearer Nurgle we have in the tournament.
Yeah, we got that one, and I mean we got Samuel and Jonas playing both big infantry units. We got a Legion of Nagash player playing 110 skeletons in the Death March army. Fredrik saying that's really exciting. Not often we nowadays see Legion of Nagash at all. So we're happy that he is attending with that list, and I hope it goes well. I mean, Death March and that many skeletons, I think it could be something.
Yeah, I think you pair were the only Caravan player for this tournament. So
I was the only Caravan player, but as we was uneven in the numbers of players, I elected to stream instead. I had a real shitty one-drop clown car KO army.
That you won a tournament with recently.
Yeah. Actually, I won a smaller tournament here, 10 players, and I mean it's the a variant of the Kron list. For you that are playing KO, you know what it is. It's the big unit of Thunderers in the Ironclad, and some Arcanaut backup. So anyway, no Amber Strike in sight. No Amber Strike. We got no Stonecraft Eternals at all.
Skicka dem på Messenger till
we actually
och sen dra upp dem via det på något sätt.
Haven't seen them in a while here.
För jag är inloggad på Messenger.
Anyway, so no Amber Strike. We got, as we said, one Nurgle list, grindy, tanky Nurgle. We got two big WAG lists with a lot of orcs, of course.
A Sylvaneth player?
Yes, one Sylvaneth player bravely, and also one Troggoth player. Gloomspite Skits Troggoth list, and that's brave, that's fine. Also, we got some corn.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back. We are trying to find a good way of giving you access to the lists, and we will in a while. But as we said, we have already told you the lists in person. Yes, we closed the sound for a while there. Yes.
Yeah, we were doing some techie stuff, so
Yeah.
didn't wanna.
Some secret stuff. Didn't want to bury you with that. Anyway, we are still seeing deployment, and Katakros has gone down at the predictable place in the center of the board, and he will stay there, I guess, commanding his troops. Okay. We've just seen Jonas placing his last catapult, and deployment is over. We will now soon see who takes the first turn. But first we have to see Samuel putting down Morathi, because he got that piece 2 in this list. So Morathi is left to be placed, and also some witches, I think. Jonas is done with his deployment and will be able to choose who goes first. And now they are debating if you are placing Morathi down and she transforms. If she can't be placed at the place where she was standing in the smaller model, she can be placed just outside of that, and that can be exploited, and that is what Jonas is asking Samuel about, because he wants to know how far can Morathi travels without even starting to move.
Yeah, Morathi herself is an interesting model. She's really unique in the game of Age of Sigmar.
Yes.
She can only take 3 wounds per turn.
Yeah.
She can take wounds outside of the turn, for example, when you move endless spells.
Yeah.
And she has 2 different forms.
Yeah.
So either she can choose to transform, or you roll a dice depending on how many wounds you have, and then she transforms into her largest form.
Yeah, she gets angry. You can say she gets angry when she gets wounded, and she transforms.
I believe hulks out would be an appropriate word here.
Yeah. more of that.
Yeah. So basically, she's a better caster when she's tiny. You get a lot of minus to hit versus her.
Yeah.
But when she goes big, she's a real combat beast with like damage 5 on the tail or something.
Yeah. And also a lot of different attacks. Now they are still measuring that Jonas is measuring, and 5 or 6 inch of a charge will be the result if Morathi travels and transforms at that place where Jonas was measuring.
Yeah.
So that is something to account for, and I think that Jonas wants to be sure that he is safe. Well, he has ended his deployment now, so it's not much he can do now. But of course, this moment and stuff, if he elects to go first, of course.
Yeah.
And that's always an option. I will also say that Jonas has been seen on stream before. He's somewhat of a celebrity.
Yeah.
He was at the top at the last game of Krigslunta. Now we're hearing some screaming here because
Fellman is screaming.
We also got some local players that could be really excited when the things are going right or wrong. Always excited, and we got this legend Fellman here who is screaming. I think he was screaming in joy. It's hard to tell, but it was joy, I think. Yeah. Some matches have begun, not this one though. Yeah. Anyway, Jonas Paro, as I said, he was on stream at Krigsluntan with the
Dennis
Brännvall, also here today. They were streaming and had a OBR versus Big Bug
Wasn't
Bone
it the-
Crushers.
Wasn't it regular Iron?
Oh
I
no,
believe?
it was Iron Jaws, yeah.
Yeah.
OBR versus Iron Jaws on stream.
Yeah, not for the final game though, but the highest ranked players who
Yeah.
wanted to appear on the stream.
Yeah, they were the final game for them, but they were not at the top, no.
Yeah, I think Jonas narrowly lost that one after having Nagash just arc and bolt his Morcrusher to death.
Yeah, and I think that meant that Dennis Benemel was closing up for a top 5
Yeah.
placing or something. Anyway, back to the tournament. This tournament, we got some really interesting players around for this one. Even if it's just 26 players due to Corona, it's not that crowded as it used to be. Anyway, we got 45 players usually at the Age of Sigmar event, and more than the double in the 40k event. Not this time though, it's 50 players at 40k event. We will not be covering the 40k event. We are totally focusing on the Age of Sigmar. I will also say that we have to be very clear that this is a stream from the Asylum Wargaming. We have kindly been able to use the equipment of Jesper Melander and the Asylum Wargaming, and we are very happy that he could bring his
His kit
equipment.
basically.
Yeah, and together we are able to make the stream, and we're grateful for that.
Yeah, we have some technological issues now for the first tournament, so no link to the list. But basically, Jonas is playing Mortis Praetorians with Katakros, a Boneshaper, double Crawler, while Samuel is playing, I think,
Hagg Nar.
Hagg Nar with a Blood Throne, large unit of Slaughter Priests, the Sisters of Slaughter, large unit of Witch Elves, and Murathi, as well as some Heartrenders in the sky.
Yes, and a bit smaller unit of witches too. In total, 80 witches infantry troops. So we got 2 really good lists going on. Anyway, as I said, we got some. When we are still waiting for the players to end the deployment, I think.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, Jonas is checking if he's gonna take first or second, depending on how far Murathi.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yes, they are checking some rules now.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got very interesting players in this tournament. We got the always legend Adam Jansson playing some Nighthounds. We got the winner of the last Fantasia Fanatic, Dennis Brenvall, as we said. He's here with Big Wag. And we got a local rising star of Albert playing some Seraphon. So really good players attending. Also Jesper Melander, of course, Asylum Wargaming players, some change host duplicitous grindy essentialist. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now we got some information about the auxiliary objectives.
Samuel chose the aggressor, prize possession, and I didn't hear the last one if I'm honest.
No, I didn't hear the last one either. We will have to check with them again. They are about to start the game, and the players have make the elbowing greeting, so it's not much left before the game actually starts. We are excited. We hope that we will have an interesting game, and also that you are able to follow us and be able to understand what's happening. We're trying to, of course, tell you as much as possible about what's happening, and hopefully we can give you the information required to understand the game.
Yeah, but secondary auxiliary objectives.
Yes.
Samuel picked the aggressor, pillage, and prize possession.
Yes.
And Jonas picked cornered, overwhelm, and vengeful counter.
Vengeful counter, yes. So the auxiliary objectives will only be used as a
Tiebreaker in the games
tiebreaker.
and a tiebreaker in the tournament, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah. So they are not used as some extra points or something.
Yeah, so it's only major, minor, and draw
Yeah.
that matters what points you get.
Yeah, and as we said earlier, this is start strike mission, so no objectives at the start. We don't know anything about where it will land. We know that one will land at the center and one at the each deployment zone of theirs.
They roll for volcanic, so I guess the game has started.
Yes, the game has started, and also who took the first turn? Yeah, okay. Samuel took the first turn.
He
And,
got handed the first turn.
and also get handed. And yes, that is the placement of Marathi. There's no measurement now. Now it's real. Marathi is transforming, and she went forward and was able to kill 3 Mortek Guards with a spell.
Wasn't that volcanic?
No, that wasn't volcanic.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Sorry, my fault.
Yeah.
It wasn't Marathi. It was the volcanic terrain killing 3 Mortek Guards.
She cast Mind Racer.
Mind Racer.
See if it went through though, but Blessing of Khaine didn't go through.
No blessing.
Sacrament of Blood. Rerolling once. No, he doesn't reroll once, so it didn't go through either.
1 mortal wound of the priest because failing the prayer.
Not off to a good start for Samuel here, but
No, was able to get his.
Catechism of Murder. It goes through.
Yes.
That's basically 6s to hit, will cost 2 hits rather than just 1.
Yes, and really good on a strong close combat piece as the transformed Marathi are.
Yeah. I think it's wise transforming it early, not to get sniped down like half her HP from like not tanking just one of the catapult shots.
No, and also I would say that it's always wise if you are facing any type of shooting that transform
or spell slingers or anything.
Yeah, transform Marathi, just do it, because of course she is a better spellcaster with 2 spells. If she does not,
Yeah, but losing half her wounds in 1 turn really sucks.
Yeah. Nej, vi streamar.
Okay, we're back now again.
We are seeing some measuring, and we're still in the hero phase of Samuel, I think.
Yeah.
Now
we started.
Now he's start the movement phase.
Yeah. Looks like he's trying to lock all the Mortek in the deployment with Marathi.
Yes. Going on the offensive with Marathi.
I think this was what Jonas was worried about when he was considering if he was going to take the first or the second turn.
Yes, and also I think he wanted to know if it was 5 or 6 inches now. It was 6 inches charge, and with the big base that Marathi has, I think it will be hard for her to move over the Mortek Guard.
Yeah. But if she managed to like tag one of the Mortek units just in the flank there, it's going to be real good just keeping the Mortek in the deployment zone.
Yes.
And just dominating the board.
Yes, but he won't be able to reach the catapults.
Yeah.
Not hurting them, at least. You can always like tag them or something, but I don't think it will be able to hurt them.
Yeah.
At this moment. Maybe with shooting, of course. I think Marathi got 1 shooting attack too.
Yeah.
Okay, he is surging forward with his big units. That is the other witch unit. In the center we got the unit of 20 witches. and at his right side, or our right side, we got the big unit of rituals going, and we also got the Sister of Slaughter unit at the other side of the board. Now we got the Cauldron of Blood placed in the middle, and he is trying to check so that every unit is within 7.
Yeah, so basically the auras this thing has is the Blood Shield, which is +1 to armor saves.
Yes.
And I believe that is the General as well, that gives out the +1 to the negate.
Yes. So that is a lot of buffing. So she now got a 5+ and then a 5+ DPR with reroll because of Hagg Nar.
Yeah. I also believe that it's not a monster, so it gets a Lookout Sir benefit from being close to the Witch Elves.
Yes,
but it won't really matter much against the plus to hit catapults hitting on 2 up anyways.
No, but I will say that it is a house, that Cauldron of Blood.
Yeah.
It's something to really look out for in the Dorothy's Khaine army, because it's hard to play against, and you have to play it right. I won't give them any tips now, but there's some things you can do, of course.
Yeah.
But taking it down is good. That I can say.
Yeah. Gonna be interesting to see what Jonas does in his turn.
Yeah, and he gave the turn away, and was that a good choice or not? We will see.
Yeah. I mean, Samuel is giving him a lot of riddles to solve, like how to maneuver around Morathi, and can he disengage and just hope for the double, or it's going to be interesting, to say the least.
So now they are checking where Morathi can go if she charges.
She tries to stay away from Volcanic as to not... Or is she trying to stay within Volcanic?
Hard to say. I think she's trying to stay within both units of Mortek Guard, so to tag them both.
Yeah. Oh yeah, pillage.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, he's trying to achieve the pillage objective by
Tack
placing Morathi there.
Trying to get Morathi within the pillage, within the range of the terrain piece.
So basically, what you need to do is. But isn't pillage that you can't set a unit up on the same turn? Is Morathi the large version set up?
No, it's not a setup.
Are you sure?
No, she has moved afterwards, so it's not.
Yeah, but you can't take pillage with a unit that was set up during the same turn.
Oh, that is something to check. Yeah, of course.
Just gonna bring up Morathi.
Maybe he will try to take it in another turn.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he won't control it now, anyways. If he needs to have more troops within the objective than Paro, Jonas. Anyway, and now they are debating or talking about that Jonas wants to get the cornered auxiliary objective, and that's something that he could do if you have 2 units close to something to say maybe.
Yeah. I think it's a
rule. So yes. Okay.
So we just checked one rule for Samuel.
Yes.
So basically Morathi can't grab pillage this turn because it was a setup.
Yeah.
When she transform into the Shadow Queen from the High Oracle.
Yeah.
So she can't take it this turn, but in the next turn.
Yeah, good spotting there, Henrik.
Yeah.
And now they are
Fighting.
into the close combat, and Morathi is trying to wound the Mortek Guard. The Mortek Guard will be suffering 3 wounds, and 1 is saved, so 2 dead Mortek Guards after the death saves.
Yeah. I believe this is the tail then, I assume?
5 attacks, I think. That's not
Or the halberd maybe?
yes, that is the weapon. That's the most powerful one. Not in damage, but there's a lot of attacks.
Yeah.
Nu är det tail.
That's the tail. Hits, wounds, and...
And this
6 up. Nope. And no, not on real either. So 6 damage with death save.
6 damage with death saves, yes.
None. So 6 dead Mortek Guard.
6 dead Mortek Guard along with the 2 that he had killed before. That means 8 Mortek Guard dead from the small unit. And the medium-sized unit, I would say.
Yeah.
That was a unit of 20, but they had already suffered 3 from the volcanic terrain earlier in the game.
Yeah.
But Henrik, the Mortek Guard doesn't care much about Battle Shock.
No, they are totally immune.
Yeah. So that won't be a problem. Of course, he is hurt by losing a lot of Mortek Guard.
And Katakros will be bringing, I believe, 3 back. And
Yeah.
but I think they're too far away from the Boneshaper, if I'm not mistaken.
Boneshaper is just left of Katakros.
Yeah,
and
so-
I think they got a 12-inch range of their reanimation. But if I won't say what, but if he
Yeah, I know the
Yeah.
trick, but
he can do some things to
yeah, I think
manage
Jonas
that.
is aware of it as well. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
We'll see what he will do. We won't say much, but we are sitting a bit too close to the players to actually talk a lot of tactics. But
Yeah.
anyway, we try to keep it low if we say something.
Yeah. We need to find some people that don't understand English for the next stream, so
Yeah.
we can.
Yeah. Or we have to swap language. Maybe talk in some strange language that I don't understand.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Yeah. We can switch to German.
Ja,
no
kannst
problem.
du reden das much of Deutsch or that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll stick to English. I believe.
Yeah. I mean, school German. My school German is not that fresh. It was 20 years plus ago. I was reading German last time. Okay, now it's Jonas anyway, trying to hit back with his Mortek Guard.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of attacks even with those few. I mean, 6 up on a Mortek weapon and he scores 2 hits. So,
Yeah,
but it's the wound roll that generally is bad for the Mortek. It's just a 4 up. So if
Yeah.
you manage to buff them down with anything on the wound roll, they usually it's a pillow fight and
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah, they whiff totally. And now, as he is playing Mortek Praetorians and not the almost famous Petrifex, he does not have access to the Ren 2 on his swords.
Yeah. What he really wants though is 3 wounds here. So he takes 2 damage. Ooh.
2 damage, yes.
Yeah, that's.
You'd want to make 3 damage on Morathi,
Uh,
so she is she can just take 3 in a turn.
Yeah.
But that
but
therefore
at 12 wounds, now he's like guaranteed to survive one more turn.
Yeah,
So the Mortek Guard now on the side needs to be able to do 1 wound.
yeah, and I think he will get a few in, maybe 3
Yeah,
or
3.
something.
Yeah, I think 3,
Yeah.
maybe 4.
Yeah, and so if you can manage 1 wound more, I think Jonas will be happy.
Yeah.
And that will mean that because of the close combat settings, he can now kill Morathi in quite short time anyway, because they are fighting in both of the players' turns.
Yeah.
So if you are depending on shooting down Morathi, it will take a long while because you can only shoot in your own turn. But if you are able to get in close combat with Morathi, you could kill her faster, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so he is trying to put as many Mortek Guard into the fight as possible. And I think it's hard to get maybe 1 or 2 more if he is really measuring.
Yeah.
He tries the best, of course, and also tries to make the Mortek move a bit further. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You generally want to move your Mortek Guard a bit because the Mortek Guard are slow. He now showing Samuel that he wants to put all his Mortek Guards to the upper right, so he get a few inches of movement and also get further up on the board. What would you say, Henrik, about this start of the game? Jonas elected to get the Khaine first turn and take turn 2.
Yeah, I think he got a bit shut in with the Moratius charging into his deployment, and that's a bad time for him. But what would have happened if he would have taken the first turn? He would have been able to maybe shoot out the Blood Throne.
Yeah.
He didn't have any line of sight whatsoever to Marathi.
Yeah.
And then he could have gotten doubled by, say, Sisters of Slaughters. But if Katakros had buffed up the army with +7 and +1 to hit, and the terrain piece managed to lower their to hit roll, maybe he could have tanked a double turn.
Could. That's another strategy. But I think this is a way of playing this that I think could work. He'd be giving them some extra attacks. Those few Morteks that are able to hit, getting 1 extra attack, and now he is
So
har du 3 RDP kvar, Jonas, eller? 5? Ja, den har gått upp direkt. Okay. So anyway, I think that okay, so Marathi took a 3rd wound, so maximum number of wounds taken on Marathi.
Jonas has to be happy about that.
Yeah, that's the ultimate purpose of trying to do something in his opponent's turn. Make those 3 wounds on Marathi and you are golden. Yeah. So now we are closely to move up to the first turn of Jonas Paro and his OBR. And no victory points scored because this is Star Strike. No objectives are shown yet. The first will appear as the start of turn 2. Battleline 2. So now they are measuring. I think that Jonas wants to know how far it is to the Cauldron of Blood because he wants to hit it with some catapults maybe.
Yeah. I think though, regarding taking the turn or giving it away, Jonas is generally a quite conservative player, and this is a battle plan that really fits him. So like a lot of what you do in Star Strike early game doesn't really matter. The points is in the late game.
Yeah. And this, I think it's very important that have a mission like Star Strike in your tournament pack, because it's a totally different setup, and you can't score from the start, and you are able to place yourself for the late game. And generally players can play a bit more conservatively, and as you said, Jonas is known for some conservative play, defensive play. That his usual setup. He usually plays Nagash, but as Nagash lost a bit of save when with the change and the nerf of the
you can't take double negates anymore.
Yeah.
Petrifex got reroll once on his save, which Nagasar already has as a command ability.
Instead of one plus to save.
Yeah.
So that 2 things meant that Nagash is not that playable anymore, and also he's kind of expensive. Jonas always plays Nagash, and he's like.
I believe even his Twitter handle is like Nagash of Sweden or something.
Yeah. He Nagash is like his house god. Well, I mean, he is a god, so no problem with that. Anyway, I would say that it's a big step for Jonas. He hasn't played this list before with Katakros. It's a new way of playing OBR and Death for him. He always plays Nagash, and now he's out in the open playing with the Katakros instead.
Yeah.
So he's got one spell with his Boneshaper, and that is all. Now he was able to actually make his spell with the Boneshaper, putting some buffs on the right unit of Mortek Guard.
Did he manage to resurrect any with Boneshaper, or did we just miss that?
Well, I will try to find out. Jonas, fick du tillbaka de gubbar med dina...
So 3 with Katakros, but none from the Boneshaper.
Katakros managed to get 3 ones back, and I think he was not able to get more back because of the placement of the Mortek Guard hitting Morathi.
Yeah.
They are in the way of putting any more of the Mortek Guard into range.
Yeah.
So he can do the trick of resurrecting some and then resurrect again.
Yeah, but with Morathi only losing 2 wounds, I think it was necessary that he went in with extra Mortarch to get that final wound on her.
Yeah, I would have done the same.
It was absolutely critical to just get it, or else the whole combat turn would have been wasted for him, more or less.
Yeah, sure. So it's not at all a bad situation here for Jonas, because of the mission and the Star Strike late game setup of objectives. It's not that bad of getting into combat with Morathi early.
Yeah.
I mean, he is locked in his deployment zone.
Yeah, so next turn, basically, I think, Jonas is in a really good position to grind him Morathi down constantly.
Yeah.
So, like, either Morathi would have to get out of there, use the turn from disengaging, or just stay and fight.
Yeah, that's the options available, or she could get some backup. Now we will see, I think actually that Jonas is disengaging his Mortek Guard unit.
Yeah, I think that's actually a wise move.
They are leaving combat from Morathi, and I mean, he cannot afford to have 2 big units locked down by 1 piece of model, even if it's Morathi.
Yeah.
So he needs to get some units on the table, be able to get the objectives when they appear.
Yeah, the first objective that will appear will be the center one, so being able to put that massive block of Mortek on it early on will be absolutely huge for Jonas.
Yeah.
Especially if he goes into a double now, but...
Yeah, if he goes into the double and elects to take the double, of course. We don't know if he do that. As you said, he is a conservative player. Yeah. He could also elect not to take it.
Yeah.
Anyway, they are moving out of combat. They are forming a sort of a half circle and maybe protect something. We don't know yet. What will Katakros do now? Will he advance or will he stay? Should he stay or should he go?
God, you can't start quoting song lyrics on me.
Will he?
Should I stay or should I go now?
Well, will he make the clash or not? Okay. Anyway, I think we will see something interesting now because Jonas is measuring with the catapults. What is he able to hit? Okay, he's advancing a bit. He wants to get. Okay, the catapult is now. Okay, he's trying to get out of. He don't want to get his catapult drawn into the fight and also within 6, I think, of the Morathi, so that he can still shoot because catapults can't shoot if they are within 6 of an enemy.
How does that work though? Like, for example, do you draw line of sight from between the closest part of the model base, I believe?
Yeah.
So you basically can't draw line of sight from the back of the catapult. So
I think that's not possible now.
yeah,
And it's not hollow again, it's just within.
yeah,
Okay, he's advancing with his catapults as like sort of side guards to Katakros. And Catechism is in the middle as he used to, with the Boneshaper attendant just to the left.
I've noticed though that the catapults are like deceptively good in close combat, especially when played in Petrifex Elite when you could give them Ren 2.
Yeah, the catapults got a respectable number of attacks.
Yeah. I think I ran like 15 Bestigor into one and they got their ass handed to them once upon a time.
Yeah, sure. I mean, they are something, a bit of something, actually.
Yeah.
And he will be using them now.
Shooting,
Hitting on 2s.
winning on 3s.
Okay, 2 hits.
Yeah, a bit below what you would expect, but
Yeah.
So,
Damage 5,
10 dead.
10 dead. Vad skjuter du på, Jonas?
on the Witch Elves.
Shooting on the 20 units of Witch Elves, and now they are trying to save with the DPR save. 10 wounds, but now we will see how many who actually died of that attack, because as I said, he got 5+ rerollable DPR.
I think it's a really good target for Jonas, as that's the unit that's like up front that will probably go in and start contesting the Star Strike objective.
Yes, the throwaway unit of Samuel's army, if you could talk about throwaway 20 witches.
Yeah.
They are not that expensive. Okay, so I think it was 8 dead. Yes, 8 dead. That is a really good output of one catapult.
Yeah.
Now he's firing the other catapult, and I think it's the same target.
Yeah.
2 again.
2 misses on a 2-up, that's so 5 damage.
5 damage this time, not 10.
And 3 saved on DPR, so 2 Witch Elves in total.
2 rituals dead.
So that's half the unit then, I
That's
believe.
half the units, is total 10 dead. And I don't think they got the witch brew on them, so I don't think they are actually immune to psychology. Ja,
Okej.
ja, den är helt okej. Är de immuna mot psykologi eller inte? Eller? Nej. Okay,
So yeah, no Witch Brew on.
No witch brew on the center unit of witches, and that could be the case of him targeting them also, because you want to get some good output on your.
Yeah. Samuel is sitting on 2 command points, so let's see what he does with that. But
No
like,
problem.
is Daughters of Khaine an army that really needs its command points?
That is debatable. I will say that they are fine with the prayers and stuff.
Yeah.
And the immune to psychology, the immune to battle shock prayer.
Yeah. So maybe it's more of a where they are placed rather than him worrying about them being immune to battle shock.
Yeah, I think so too. So we got 10 dead witches in the center unit after both catapults had fire. And now it's close combat, hitting on 2s and extra attacks on 5s for Jonas. Spending a lot of
RDP.
RDP. We have to make an update on the RDP.
I think we'll do that turn by turn, I guess.
Yeah, I think so too. There's a lot of hits, at least. Now the wound roll, as you know, is just a 4-up on the Mortek Guard. Okay. So, some force, I believe. 8 hits on Morathi.
Rend 1,
Round 1, 8 hits.
so 5 up.
5 up save for Morathi. And she managed not to save a single one.
That's the 3 that goes through. So 3 wounds in Jonas' face as well.
Yes, 3 wounds in Jonas' face, and Morathi's down to 6 wounds, I believe. She got 12 from the start.
Yeah, so
when
she has
transforming.
2 more combat turns against that unit of Mortek, I guess. Huh?
Yes, if she's not able to take them out.
She's a bit sadder now when she's gonna attack the Mortek.
Yes, and she got a -1 to hit from the tower.
Yeah.
5 träffar
5 hits
ändå.
with the spear.
5 hits anyway.
4 wounds. And that's a rend 2, damage 3.
Okay. 5 plus rerollable. Save. So he was able to save 1.
So 6 damage.
6 damage in total. 6 damage in total. He's trying to save them with death saves, and I think that he fails a lot. I think 4 or 5 dead. More, maybe 6 dead.
Yeah. 4 up to hit. 1 hit.
one hit with a spear.
Wasn't that snakes?
No, this was a snakes. Sorry.
And the tail misses.
Yeah, so in total 6 dead Mortek Guard. There's not a big unit left, but they are still alive, and as you know, they are immune to battle shock. So
And they have a tendency of coming back all the time, so
yeah,
just as when playing Necrons in 40k, you need to kill the Mortek Guards to the last
kill them all.
skelly boy.
Kill them all. Burn them all, as we used to say. Okay. So now they are checking some stuff, because I think they are actually done with their
Combat phase, I believe.
with the first battle. Samuel, är ni klara till rätt nu eller? Och ni har kört
So battle shock on the witch elves.
Ja. So Samuel will take his battle shock test.
Three more witch elves.
3 more runs away. So still in the unit 7. It's a small unit, but as you know, they got some claws, and they can really hit back, even 7 of them.
Yeah.
Which is so.
Not as much as it would versus certain armies. I mean, these are Mortek Guard after all.
These are Mortek Guard.
But it's always nice having a road bump at least.
Yeah. Now they are trying to see where will the objective go.
So they rolled for.
They rolled for the objective, and the objective will be placed in the middle. And soon we will see their priority roll. For one.
Ja.
No. Okay, so it's time for priority. Prioritet i skålen då. Okay, so Jonas got the white dice with his OBR, and Samuel got a purple blue one. Okay,
Ooh,
so
priority to the watch elves.
Samuel got the turn, and we will see if he will take it. He elects to take the turn,
Yeah.
I think. Yes, he does. Okay, it's confirmed. Second round will be started by Dr. Kane Samuel, and
Yeah, I think he really needs to get
he needs
Murati out of that situation. Or how many Mortek Guards? Like 3? Yeah, maybe he could just stay.
to
I don't know.
take them out.
But an important thing now when he takes the turn, if he
Yeah.
would have given the Ossiarch the double turn now early,
Yes,
it would have maybe benefited him later on. He had
Yeah.
a double turn when he can take a lot of points later
Yes.
on in the Star Strike.
when he knows when the both objectives are placed.
Yeah. So
The second objective and third.
it's gonna be interesting to see what he does with his turn.
Yeah. So the Star Strike. The Star Strike first objective was placed at the exact center of the board. So that is on the terrain piece in the center of the board. So this is really interesting. Samuel has to move up some troops to conquest the objective. And those 7 witches are not the strongest ones, but it could be used.
So he, I
yeah.
don't know, he might just tag it and just leave it alone, or
Yeah.
he might go in on it. We'll see what he decides.
Yeah, if he's trying to hold it for long or just temporary stuff. Jonas got some strong center. Some really strong center. Och tre på sånt. As Samuel elected not to use his command points for the battle shot, he's up on 3 command points now.
Yeah. So yeah, he has both the flags still alive in the unit, and yeah, he didn't manage to grab the command point of him with Katakros.
No.
But yeah, I think like at Bravery 9 and with the flag still alive in the unit, he could just gamble it. It's like,
Yeah.
even if he would have rolled 6 and then another 6,
You lost some.
yeah, he would have lost, but the unit would still have been alive and
Yeah.
been able to function as a road bump or just
Yeah.
running up and taking over the objective.
So I think he's going to. He's trying to decide if he's going to leave with Marathi or not. She is outside of 3 of the Mortek Guard, and he is make a blessing on the Sisters of Slaughter.
Yeah.
And something not to forget is that he got a unit of 30 witches on the right side of the board.
Yeah.
That's like lurking at the outside of the.
Oh shit!
terrain
I thought
piece.
those were dice.
Yeah, I thought things those were
Nah,
dice,
like-
but they're not.
Yeah, it's a lot of punching power still in the daughter's list.
Yeah, so it's kind of a strange setup now that they are not equally strong on both sides. Samuel has a lot of hitting power on the right side.
But doesn't he have a large unit of slaughter
Yeah, sure,
guy
sure,
in the
but
middle as well?
sure, but he got Marathi on the other side. Anyway, and Jonas got the center, you could say, as it stands now. At least. And I will also have to say that those 5 the units of 5
Heartrenders, I believe.
I don't think they are on board. I think they are actually
Nah, they're not on board.
not put down there.
They are in cyberspace still.
Yeah. Maybe they will go down this turn. Maybe not.
Mind Racer? Mind Racer's up. Is Jonas gonna try and dispel it?
Yeah, I think he will try.
He rolled an 8 and
Jonas failed.
doesn't dispel it.
So
Mind Racer and Marathi. Whew.
my Marathi got some extra hitting power now.
Yeah, just to remind you guys about Mind Racer, it's basically a spell that says +1 to rend. But if your bravery is higher than your opponent, you also get +1 damage.
Yeah, but I think it's not because the Mortis got 10.
Yeah,
So 1 extra rend is not bad if you got rend 2 to start with someone as well.
yeah, especially against the Mortek Guard.
Yeah, yeah.
You really want rend for that. He's activating the avatar.
Yes.
The avatar is alive.
Okay.
Which be on the 2 large units.
Yes.
He doesn't disengage Marathi. She's in for it. So
She is in for it.
yeah, I think he wants to finish off that small unit of Mortek, so they.
Yes, and he could also like he could use he could use the pile in trick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll see.
we'll see. Now they are checking, so they are not within 3 of the Mortek because he will move up those witches, and I think they will run because they can run and charge. So
Do they want to charge?
I don't think they want to charge, but
Yeah.
they can run them anyway.
Yeah.
And they got moved 6 and also able to run, so they will
Yeah.
go far.
Yeah, and just try and road bump and
Yeah,
maybe force a crawler to shoot at them. Who knows?
yeah. And he got those sisters. At the back. that is the punch in the center for him. So anyway, this match is going on all the tables. We will try to bring you reports on how it goes generally, and also try to put some photos on the standings and rankings and pairings and stuff, and maybe make some short comments about that too, even if we're trying to focus on the main game played in each round. Okay, so Henrik will go to the will go away for a while and will return and try to comment this on my own for a while now. We can see still the which of the small units of 7 moved up just outside of 3. He's trying to make the most of the little unit, and hopefully for him he will try to stop the Mortek Guard in their moves. This is really interesting. Really interesting. What would he do with his Sisters of Slaughter? They run. They run up a bit. Far up. Catching the center objective with the Sisters of Slaughter. And the Sisters of Slaughter's got all the buffs. Those counters are the buffs. They got the Witch Brew. They got the extra everything. Special deluxe. That unit is ready for battle. And they are armed to the teeth. Okay. So we got some Sisters of Slaughter moving up, and as I said, they are able to pile 6 inches if they want to. But they are now outside of 6. I don't think they will be able to get into the combat if they don't charge. But that's something to do, of course. The Cauldron runs and stays just beside the Sisters of Slaughter. Okay. Now it's time to move the witches. They are trying to get a bit into the center, I believe. It's moving around that rock, that mountain. Rocky Mountain, maybe. And trying to make the best of the volcanic terrain. He wants to be hit. I know it. Okay. Okay, we are moving into the shooting phase, and Morathi could shoot at the guard that she is in combat with. If she's able. If she's able to kill the few Morteks that are left in the unit, she's free to go. And I think it's 3 Mortek Guard left under the wings of Morathi. So the Gaze of Morathi killed one unit, one Mortek Guard, and there's still some Mortek left in the unit. 3 left. Okay. Hitting on 4s twice, wounding on 2s. It's Ren 3, so Jonas needs those 60s and he needs them now. 6s with reroll. He managed 1 and he rerolls and he makes both 6s. Mighty rolls from Jonas and is -1 to hit on Morathi and 3 wounds more. No Ren. 3, 4 plus rollable. 1 goes through and the 6s and 1 dead. So it's 2 Mortek Guard left and now it's just a tail attack. And it misses. So Morathi fails to kill the Mortek Guard. They are both laughing, one in tremor and one of joy. Because Morathi didn't manage to kill those Mortek Guard. It's a sad day for Morathi, but those 6s to save were mighty and not much to do about.
Standard Morathi.
Standard Morathi, says Samuel, that you really can't rely on her to kill the unit. The Morteks are hitting back, some extra attacks, but only 2 wounds on Morathi, and Jonas needs those extra wounds, and she saves. So I think Jonas is happy still because his Mortek is alive, but he fails to wound Morathi, and she lives to see another day, because this is Morathi and she's almost a god. And there was the end of round 2, and 2 points for Samuel. Okay, so Samuel takes the lead. He took 2 victory points, and his Sisters of Slaughter is parked on the objective. So it's a good, strong position in the center, with Morathi still alive at the right side of the board. And now Jonas is debating if he needs to draw Katakros into the fight and kill off Morathi. Katakros can't stand back seeing his poor Mortek being killed. But we have to see if he does that or not. And now will he get the -1 to hit on Morathi, and she gets it. So the Nexus Tower makes Morathi hit a bit less. Okay, anyway. Now Jonas is taking away some models, putting some other back, because he can choose which to bring back, and he wants to have his champ back, because that's fine. Now they rolls for some volcanic terrain. Okay. Nothing happens. No 6s, no kills. No problem. So
Combined.
So he empowered. Samuel tried to make some Jedi psychic play and he actually casted his Unbind roll before the casting roll, but failed to stop the Empower Nadirite weapons on the Mortek Guard. So the Shaper is a very good magician, apparently, because he has made both of his castings in this game. It's a very good Boneshaper, very good. Time for movement for the OBR. Not much to do, Jonas said, because he is kind of locked down in his diplomacy. So he elects to make his catapult back off a bit. And maybe move up Katakros to strike the finishing blow on Morathi, maybe. But she still got 6 wounds left. It's not an easy task. Okay, Henrik is back. Quick update on the game for anyone and for Henrik. Morathi failed to kill the Mortek Guard in her turn, but also Jonas failed to wound Morathi.
Okay.
So she's still on 6 wounds. That's the short version of the game. Jonas has decided to bring Katakros to the fight. And of course, when seeing Katakros into the fight, Samuel needs to take some pictures to bring back home. And we can see that here we got Katakros moving up to kill Morathi. But she still got 6 wounds left, so he will have to wait before being able to do that. Maybe put some wounds on her if he engages. Okay. So this is a close-up, and as you can see.
And for you at home, remember, Katakros actually doesn't fight like super well before he starts actually taking wounds.
Yeah.
Like he's most dangerous when he has 7 wounds left, because then he can fight both with the shields and all his attack with the spear.
Yeah, he got 20 wounds and he needs to lose a lot before he tries to actually bother to hit the opponent, or the opponent's models at least. And he's unwounded, so he will stand there and make some poses at the top of the rock.
Yeah, while his duelist guy there on the left side fights for him.
Yeah, the ninja, or the at least Japanese-inspired.
I would call him a samurai. But
Samurai, yeah, no ninja. Samurai is more accurate.
Yeah. So basically, he only has 1 hit with his Ren 3 damage 3 weapon at the moment.
Yeah, and failed that.
Yeah.
So now Jonas is trying to make some sidestep. This is the famous sidestep of Warhammer. You are too close to the opponent. The witches are placed so that he actually can't make a forward move, but he wants to get onto the objective, and he also wants to strike the Sisters of Slaughter behind the witches, and therefore, yeah.
So Samuel is holding onto the objective with 24 witch elves.
24 Sister Slaughters and 7 witches.
Yeah, and 7 witch elves. Yeah. And the blood throne.
And the throne, maybe.
Yeah.
So we will have to see what will happen after the catapults has fired.
Yeah, I have an idea what he will be do. But let's check it out.
Let's check it out, because this will be good, I think. Twos to hit, and there's all of them. And there's 3 wounds.
That's 15 damage.
15 damage on the Sisters of Slaughter, I believe. And he saves 2, so 5 damage, and now we got the DPR.
Yeah, he's trying to shoot away the screen.
It's the screen he's hitting. Oh, my bad. It's not the Sisters, it's the screen, because he needs to get them away to be able to engage with as many Mortek Guards as possible.
5 up. 4 dead witch elves.
4 dead witches, and that's a lot of witches.
I believe that's why Jonas went up on the side in order to get a shorter charge on the...
Yeah. maybe
Sisters of Slaughters in case of him just annihilating the witch elves.
yeah, he's hoping for some more witches to go there. We will have to see if he elects to shoot. Now he killed 4 of them. 3 witches left. Samuel is trying to make the best of them, still being in the way of the big unit of Mortek Guard. But anyway,
He has another catapult.
he has another catapult and he will shoot at them again. He hits with 3 and he wounds with 2. So 5s. No 5s, 10 wounds on the witches. There's only 3 witches left. And now we will get a close-up, I think. 3 witches, poor girls. They are dead, they are gone. It's now all in the open for the Mortek Guard. Okay, just have to make that charge though. And I think it's about 7-inch charge.
Yeah.
6-inch maybe. If with a half-inch, it's a 6-inch charge.
Yeah.
Okay.
And remember, Mortek don't have a way to reroll their charge.
No, and no way to reroll once to hit or something either. At least not the Catechism.
Yeah.
Okay, so now they are
Wrong charges.
charges,
Catechism rolls a 7 on his charge.
Yes, and he's able to engage Morathi.
Yeah.
He will, I think, he will try to make his way around her a bit, maybe.
Yeah. Like it's a good chance to pile in if he manages to kill Morathi with the guard, but
Yeah.
it feels, I don't know, maybe I would strike with Katakros first, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
We will see what will happen, because also if he chooses not to, he's stronger when he strikes back.
Yeah.
So
He's a bit of a masochist, basically.
yeah, strange way of thinking. Not engage before or your small bosses
Yeah.
die.
But basically he needs Katakros to lose a bit of wound, so he becomes the powerhouse he is in the late game.
Yes, but also he loses some of the other abilities that he got. So it's a choice to make, and also some sort of trade. So now we got the really important roll, and
The Mortek Guard got a 13-inch charge.
13-inch charge.
Oof,
That
that's a big one.
That will mean that he will get most of them into the combat because of the 25mm bases. They
Yeah.
can fight in two rows, even if they got the swords and not the spears on this
Yeah.
one.
And I think this is huge.
This is so huge. He
Yeah.
can annihilate those. witches
Mortek
with
Guard
some
hits
rolls.
so hard. Sure, the Sisters of Slaughters are super tanky, but not tanky enough.
No. 5+5+ will not last long. But he got one problem here, and is the big terrain piece in the middle.
Yeah, but still 13 inches.
Yeah.
You could just conga line around it and just charge. Yeah, he's pointing out where he can basically get to the blood throne if he wants to.
Yeah. He
Holy shit.
He can. This is a mighty charge from Jonas.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with this.
Yeah, I mean, even rolling a 6 up in order to get into combat so he could contest the objective would have been good, but now when he rolled 13, that's...
Yeah.
Oh, Jonas must be over the moon about that charge.
Very. And he got his... Now they're measuring up a bit, and we can see that it's 30 Mortek Guard, and they are moving up, they are engaging, and they will get a lot of attacks in. I think this is huge, as you say. This is really huge.
So yeah, Samuel can retaliate quite well with that block of witch elves behind there, but losing out on the slaughter like that, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, and also the tactical advantage of Sisters of Slaughter being able to pile in, and all, if he loses this unit, he don't have that.
But yeah,
I
still
think
no dice has been rolled for saves and such, so we'll see what happens.
No, it's not over yet.
It's anyone's game now.
Yeah. Still anyone's game, even if the unit falls. But that charge though. Okay. Vad som bara, vart tog den vägen? Okay. We are still seeing Jonas making his charge and be able to make some correct moves so that no Mortek Guard is more than 1 inch away from the others. And make the unit's coherency an issue.
Oh, really cinematic though, that Catacross is the one that goes up against Morathi.
This is so cool. This is so cool to fight. That the two big ones are actually tearing each other apart.
Yeah.
He will start with the Mortek Guard.
Yeah.
And I think I would have done the same, at least if you got that kind of a roll for charge.
Do you know what unit the statue has debuffed?
Statue has debuffed Morathi.
Okay.
-1 to hit.
Yeah, makes sense.
And was able to do that. I think it's 4+ or something.
So 17 Mortek are not able to strike the Witch Elves.
It's only 13 though. So it's only 13 hitting. 23 hitting.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 7. Oh, you said 7, not 17. Okay.
Wasn't it 17? I believe you said. Or was it 7?
I think it was 7.
Yeah, well, let's see how many dice it was.
I think it will be a lot of dice. So.
Yeah.
23 Mortek Guard will be able to hit those Sisters of Slaughter.
Yeah. Isn't that the 40 block though?
That is the 40 block.
Yeah, so
So
17.
you was correct.
Yeah, so 17 can't strike, 23.
I always fails to remember that they are actually able to get those in 40s.
Yeah.
That's mighty for those
Yeah.
troops. Sorry about that, chat and listeners. Of course, it is 23 hitting back and 17, as Henrik said, that will not be able to hit because of the terrain feature.
So 2 up from Katakros.
I think, yes, the buff. Okay, explode on 5s, extra attacks on 5s.
Yeah, he buffed the Nadirite weapons with the Boneshaper, I believe. Yeah, so the regular, non-exploding, like the Great Blades.
Oh, it's a great blade first.
Yeah. I've seen some people playing OBR that doesn't even like build the Great Blades just because they don't explode.
No.
And it takes time rolling more dice.
Yeah, I would not use them. But that's more the second reason. The dice.
Yeah, you waste time. For example, say the Stratum hammers on the new Lumineth Stone Guard, I wouldn't take either. Just skip the leader guy in that unit and just go with more hammers.
Okay, so what happened?
He attacked with his Great Blades.
Yeah.
He did 5 wounds. I saved 3 of them on 6s. So he took 3 more wounds, and then I saved the rest with the
okay.
So the Great Blades basically killed themselves.
The Great Blades killed themselves, and the Sisters of Slaughter was able to deflect all the wounds and 3 wounds back on the Mortek, killing 3 of them. So it will not affect the effectiveness of Jonas' units because it's so big, and there's still 23 guys hitting.
Yeah. I don't think he will wipe out. I thought a lot more of the Mortek would be able to strike, but maybe it's harder to see on the camera.
Yeah.
But yeah, still 23, it will take a huge chunk out of the unit. And he most likely will be able to take over that middle objective and just stand there with his large unit of Mortek.
Yeah, and it depends on how many deflecting saves that Samuel is able to make.
And I believe the Katakros at least is within range to be able to just resurrect them and just keep them going.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the Boneshaper.
No.
Yeah, you have to remember also that the unit of Mortek Guard that is fighting Morathi is still in fighting shape, and with Katakros and the Boneshaper bringing them back, they could just negate any damage they've taken eventually and just go in and start fighting.
Yeah, if they're not killed before. But they are under the wings of Morathi.
Yeah,
there are still 3 brave Mortek Guard still fighting.
Yeah, though it's a sad Morathi with -1 to hit from the statue, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll
also,
see.
they're Mortek Guard. They're tanky.
She killed 1, lost them.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're still in the attack, still trying to kill stuff. And Jonas is still hitting the Sisters of Slaughter with his attacks. And we will see how many that he will be able to kill. If Samuel makes some good saves, it could be a problem for Jonas.
Yeah.
Because now he's locked in place and the witches can come on as well. Okay.
That 4 up wounds doesn't look that great for Jonas.
No, but it's still about half of them, I think.
Yeah, maybe slightly less. Looks like.
Yeah.
14.
More.
Yeah,
14 more. That was not all. 36 saves on 5s. So
Yeah.
it's kind of
It's gonna
plenty
be like
at least.
10 saves and then like 8 saves after that or something.
Yeah. But remember, they are Witchbird, they're immune to psychology, they will stand there if they are not outright killed.
Yeah.
So the next priority roll will be very important.
Yeah.
If Jonas is getting it, he can wipe out the unit.
Yeah.
And if he's not, he will be flanked.
Hell, he could just wipe out the unit in combat and have one of the catapults start shooting at the other units.
Yes. Okay, he is rolling for Hagg Nar, DPR, and the hit. The deflecting wounds is mighty. They haven't even started attack, but he's killing a lot of those Mortek Guards just on the deflecting from the shields of the sisters. I hadn't actually thought on that.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop
Yeah.
hitting yourself.
The Sisters of Slaughter, I think they will actually kill more with their deflecting than they will kill.
Yeah.
So 10 sisters killed and 10 Mortex killed from the deflections.
my.
That's mighty rolls from Samuel from the saves.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all.
No. But
mean,
that was above average rolling.
10 dead Mortek from the shields and 36 wounds. That's like,
I think that they deflect them on 6s.
yeah, so he basically rolled twice as many as he should have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mighty.
That's what you get from rolling a 13-inch charge.
Yeah, exactly.
The karma has to be taken from somewhere else.
Karma is a twice-sided blade, and I think Samuel is happy with that.
Yeah.
Only 10 sisters killed, and now he's killed strike back with Nurathi. And I don't know what we will hit, but something.
Yeah. Will he want to start grinding on Katakros, or will he want to finish off the Mortek?
Or
We will see.
split the attacks for special tactics.
Yeah. For special tactics.
I'm. Now they are checking out how will Katakros be affected if he's wounded and loses some abilities, gains some attacks.
Yeah, basically he can lose his steel command point thingy. His aura for plus armor save and plus to hit becomes smaller. And I believe his -1 to hit debuff as well.
Yeah.
So, but remember, the more wounds he takes, the more of a combat beast he becomes.
Yeah.
He's in the cut or whatever his spirit is called, will get more attacks, and he will be able to start striking with his shield.
Yeah.
And he still has Ren 2 shield, I believe. So it's
It's strange that he's strong with his shield.
yeah.
Mighty shield.
And the spear has the same stat line as Galmaraz, so
Yeah.
I mean Galmaraz is the Warhammer. That's just a random pointy stick.
Yeah. But it's a pointy stick made by Nagash. And 2 hits.
Two wounds, run 3 damage 3. And 6 up. 3 damage on Katakros.
3 damage on Catechism, and he will.
I believe that's the first stage down then, so
Yes. So I think he's not been able to take any points from him.
yeah, something like that.
It's command points.
Two wounds, rend 1, damage 1. It's because of the Mind Racer, I believe. That's it.
Yes,
And the tail.
Mind Racer is still on.
Yeah.
Misses.
The tail misses.
Good to know. Okay. Jonas' turn to elect a fighter. Mortek Guard will fight back.
Yeah, I guess he wants to see if... well, they can't actually kill Morathi this turn, so it doesn't really matter. But he could start to aggressively piling Katakros a bit forward, I guess. He's not basing Morathi, right?
No.
Yeah.
So he could
Get 3 inches extra move on Katakros.
Yeah. So it's a lot of attacks. Made some extra attacks, and it's a 10 RDP points to spend, so it's a lot.
I don't think he missed a single attack actually.
No.
Yeah, they hit on 2 up with Katakros buff.
Yeah. That's actually all hits.
And 4 up. Yeah, if you can, as I said before, debuff the wound roll on the Mortek Guard, and they they stop striking that hard. And for example, the Frostheart Phoenix or anything.
Yeah. So we now got a situation here where I think that yes, he's just taking away those 10s because he needs to do that.
Yeah.
The 10 Sister Slaughters have died previous attacks of the Mortek Guard. Anyway, we will now zoom into the fight of Morathi and Katakros. Or maybe the Sisters of Slaughter. Move the camera to Morathi, that's where the action is now. Okay. Thanks, Henrik. And Morathi took 3 wounds from the Mortek Guard, and she got 3 wounds left. Now it's time for the Sisters of Slaughter to hit, and they are still 20 left of them from the unit of 30.
And these ladies hit hard now. I believe they have the Witch Brew, and did you get any other buffs on them?
Yeah, they got all the buffs.
Oh, all the buffs.
All buffs they can have, and I think that's reroll to wound. I think that is it also extra attacks?
Yeah.
Not the Ren though, because that Mind Racer is on Morathi.
Yeah. So basically, a lot of Mortegs are gonna die now. But is it enough to bring them down? I don't think so. Mortek are super tanky.
Yeah, I mean they are still 30 left, and if they are able to be more than
Isn't that a 40 unit? No,
that's
10 died. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
10 died, and if there are more of them left when the turn ends, she will take over the objective in the center.
Yeah.
Hitting on 3s and reroll failed hit rolls.
Uh-huh.
I think it's all so reroll wound rolls of 1.
Yeah, I think it's the general allegiance ability that brings them up to
Yeah.
rerolls, like the power from pain that
Yeah.
Chukari used to have, its daughters now.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called.
No, but that was way back.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he got some extra attacks too, I think. It's four with a reroll, as I said. So it will be up to the dice now, because it's a lot of dice. Okay, so 4s with a reroll, and he's
Jonas preemptively bringing out the good dice to take saves.
Yeah. I hope he's prepped his dice for his sake, because now he's rolling some hit rolls. Boy, now
28.
28 wound rolls. So they were hit by 37 wound rolls themselves, but deflecting back. But now they are hitting back, only 20 of them, but they're still hitting back with 27 wound rolls. Not hit rolls, but successful wounds. So he now needs to save this, but I don't think they have got much of a run though, those sisters. I think they got run none.
So it's 3 up with a reroll basically and a death save.
Yeah. 3 up reroll save. Det var ingen rända va, Samuel?
Yeah, so basically it's like I had a glutton unit do like 30 wounds and a Mortek Guard unit and just did nothing.
Okay.
It's
I think it is one save. Yeah!
One dead Mortek.
One kill Mortek Guard. So Samuel is rejoicing because I mean he's killed one Mortek Guard in close combat, and you should always rejoice on that.
Wow.
11 in total, though. Yes, 11
Yeah,
in
so-
total. And as I said, he would kill more with the deflection.
Yeah, so basically Mortek killed himself.
Yes, and that's justice in it. I think.
Yeah.
Mortek Guard deserves to die if they were ever alive, though.
Yeah. Debatable.
Debatable. And we will see the end of turn 2, and now it's time for priority for turn 3. First they have to see how many do they have within the objective, and I think that Jonas will take the objective and get his points. Yes. Hur många RDP har du kvar, Jonas? Okay, we're back for the priority roll.
So first the comments.
Yes, first the comments and then priority roll. This is huge.
Where do you think Jonas wants his on his side? Probably towards the left, I
Yeah,
guess.
the left, but he gets a 10 unit hugging the terrain that we are totally forgetting.
So in the center
In the center.
for the witch elves and the center. All objectives in the center.
Oh,
I think that's beneficial for the bits.
I think the stars are aligned. Mighty stars have spoken, the stars are aligned. They are all in the center row, and that means that the happy chap of Boneshaper is hugging the objective.
Yeah. I think this is a bit beneficial for the OBR, them being a lot slower than the speeds their witch elves.
Yeah, and I mean, you can say that it's also that that Boneshaper just got a comet in his head.
Yeah.
Did he withstand that blow or not?
Imagine if it had been playing Seraphon, then it would have been a bad day. But
Yeah.
these are like regular comets that don't really hurt yourself.
No, hugging comets.
Yeah.
Soft pillow comets.
Comet is your friend.
Anyway, back to the game. Samuel was able to take one of his auxiliary objectives. 12 är det egentligen, men ni kan nog köra en stund efteråt också. Okay, we got a short break for Samuel taking some refreshments or something.
Yeah, so stay tuned
Stay tuned for the priority roll into turn 3. Okay, we're back. It's time for priority roll. Okay, Jonas got a 6 and he elects to take the turn. This is huge, boys and girls. This will mean another round of Katakros fighting hard.
Yeah, Jonas actually spoke with me now in the break, and he said he had a clear plan that he would take the turn. So,
Yeah.
but I don't think it would have been too bad if he would have lost it.
Well,
Like,
you
what
can.
could have happened was that block on out on the right would have been able to maybe get Mind Razor off. I don't know, they're too far away from Morati surely.
Yeah.
And charged like one of the flanks on the Mortek, but I don't think it would have been enough to bring down the Mortek.
No.
So-
Yes, the advantage of not taking the turn would be that he would maybe have freed Katakros for his own turn, and Katakros could have joined the fight against the witches and slaughter sisters. So, but now he elected to take the turn and got the advantage of hitting first, and also bringing back, saving his Mortex. And he got some Mortex back. They are alive and kicking, if you can be alive when you are totally made of bone. That's debatable too, I guess.
Yeah, but we would have to get some more information. Are there living cells in the bone, or is it magical bone? How would we relate to magic when it comes to living and dead stuff?
Yeah, and that is also a metaphysic question that we need to solve, but not this day. Okay, 8 RDP for Jonas, and he's trying to put on some buffs onto his troops, and also trying to debuff Marathi, and I think he actually managed to debuff Marathi with the Nexus again.
Yeah.
Or maybe he elected to do something else. I think he's not decided where to put the Nexus debuff yet. Haven't rolled that. Okay.
On the witch unit, yeah.
He actually got 2 ways to get him -1 to hit. One with Katakros and the other one with the Nexus.
Yeah.
And now he chosen to use Katakros -1 to hit on the witches.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's wise. That's like one of the large big threats left on the board. And I mean, as we saw with the Sisters of Slaughter,
Yeah.
he kills more Mortek by hitting them than actually letting them hit. So
Yeah. Still her face. Sure, we will try to do that after this game. That's a good piece of advice there. Maybe we can get some more streams. Okay, so he is still in the hero phase, Jonas, and trying to use his points wisely. He will try to retreat with Katakros, he says.
interesting.
So,
How many wounds does Marathi still have?
okay, so I think some girls died there. Or no, he was just taking.
It was his dead pile, I guess.
Movement trade. Losing the movement trade.
Yeah. And knowing Jonas, he's well aware of what resources are still in the game. So I wonder if that's a Catacross move. We might see it later.
Yeah, I think it is. This is a way of making the best use of Katakros.
Yeah.
I think he relies on the Mortek Guard to bring down Marathi. That's.
I think they are like up to 9 Mortek Guard again, I assume.
Yeah, and as we said, he don't have to worry really much about the Sisters of Slaughters And now they are joking about the stream.
Yeah, Samuel is a very handsome man.
Yeah, I think he is handsome.
Handsome, full of wisdom, and has a pose that could
Bring gods to me.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Back to the game. Anyway, so he got those. He's relying on those Morteks to bring.
Yeah, but
Rother
there's
down.
a lot of Mortek all of a sudden. And
Yeah, I think they are like 8 to 7 ones, and he can give them extra attacks and +1 to hit and stuff
yeah.
with his RDP. And now we got some fine adjustments by Jonas here. He's putting his catapults up as a screen because he's still afraid maybe of some flying canary happiness or stuff.
Yes,
Yes,
quite.
and I think he's also trying to protecting the objective because, as you know, the stars as a line, and they are all in the middle row, the objectives, and he needs to protect them from incoming
Yeah, like,
units.
even if the canary just would grab his objective for a single turn, that might swing the game in.
Yes, that would. I think that would be the game actually.
Yeah, like neither player has a great lead over the other, so
No, and they will take their own home objective, and someone will take the center. Maybe they will alternate taking the center objective, depending how it goes.
because I think Jonas has a quite good hold on the center objective, unless
now.
the witch elves manage to get like a part render and just shatter his unit in the center. So what Samuel has going for him is that he has a unit that can grab backline objectives where Jonas doesn't.
Yeah, and also that he got a backup unit of 30 witches that he can go with.
Yeah,
Okay, now he's moving up those Mortek Guard that's previous has been quite make some non-existent appearance in this game. They are trying to get the most of a volcanic terrain, and they failed to be killed about that. So now they are moving up and making some screen.
yeah.
Anyway,
He's asking about the buffs, so I think he's considering target priority for his catapults.
yes, because now he's got 2 important catapult rolls, and he still has all the special shots left.
Yeah,
Those,
the ones that become better the lower wounds you have.
yeah. Now he's trying to bring down the witch.
Yeah, in order to get rid of
priest.
the witch brew.
Yeah. And they forgot about volcanic terrain, they said, so now they will roll the 6 for each. Mortek Guard.
3 Mortek Guard and 3 dead Mortek Guard.
Oh,
Aww.
that's a Mortek Guard. I think he just brought them back with Katakros
Yeah,
because they when previously before the movement they were in range of him.
yeah.
No harm now. Okay. Anyway, the
Catapult
catapult
time.
Okay.
2 hits
2 hits on the witch.
and 2 wounds. That's 10 damage, so he needs to save both of them.
No, special dice.
Oh, it's special dice.
No,
It's
it's
the
sorry,
regular one.
it's the regular one.
What are you talking about?
Sorry.
And 2, so 3 wounds. Oh. So 1 wound left on the priest.
1 wound left on the priest because she had previously taken 1 wound
Yeah.
from failing a prayer.
Yeah. And he's standing in train, so his 5-up save becomes a 4-up then, I guess? Or
Yes.
do they have a 6-up? I think they're a 5-up on the
So
priest.
they are 5 up. So I think he will elect her again. Then.
Yeah, one of the weaknesses of the catapult is that they have 0 rend.
Yeah.
And the second shot. And goes for priest, 1 miss.
3 hits. Okay.
And 2 wounds, so 10 damage again.
Okay.
So 5 damage goes through.
Okay. So he has to make all of those.
Splat.
And that's
That's
a dead priestess. Okay, so no more witch brew with her, but she still got 1 more buff lady at the back that can make some witch brew.
Yeah.
Make the stew with witch brew.
Yeah.
for the girls. Okay.
I'm surprised though that he went for the priest. I guess he priors the witch brew quite highly. I don't know.
Yeah,
and he thinks that Mortek Guard will finish off the sisters in the center.
I think it also that character also got another buff going with some.
Yeah, the priest prayer thingy.
Yeah, and wound rolls or something. So
yeah, the hit and wound rerolls from both witch brew and.
Yeah.
But the hit reroll to hit, isn't that one of the like general allegiance abilities because it's turn 3 or something?
Yeah, that's correct. They got those too. Yeah. They got a lot of rerolls going on.
Yeah.
This was before they took away all the rerolls, so that book was rerolls all the time.
Yeah.
All over the place. Okay. So some extra attacks, 6s, and a lot of hits. But now it's down to the wound rolls, and we know the Mortek Guards, they just can't wound.
Yeah.
Still, at least they are better at it.
I think he wants to kill a few of the witches. They're still buffed up with all the nice buffs from the previous turn.
Yes. And now they are. We're waiting for the wound roll. And this is huge. This will be a lot of wound rolls, and Morathi needs to save them, or she will go down. Okay, so a bit below average, I think, but still enough. Maybe a lot of 5s.
13 wounds.
13 wounds, and needs a lot of 5s now. Needs a lot of 5s.
And then 6 up negate.
Now 6 of negate because it's not in range of the Hagg Nar.
Yeah, she takes 3 wounds and that's it.
That's it. Breath is down, and this is huge for the game because now the Mortics are not locked anymore. They can go up and threaten.
Yeah.
And more. That okay. And Jonas just said that he made one auxiliary objective by killing Morathi.
Yeah, I must say I'm super disappointed at Jonas though. He didn't kill Morathi with Katakros.
No, Catechism, like he went in and then he went away. Maybe he thought she was not worthy of him, and she's like, well, you, my thugs, you can take care of her.
Yeah, he's a more of a commander after all.
Yeah, and I think he's so arrogant that he was just, I'm not doing this. I have better things to do. I'm out of here.
He just left his scribe over there, like, write this down so I know what happens.
Yeah. I will return for her corpse or bones, I say.
Yeah.
That's reasonable. I say. Now though, the slaughters will hit back, but they are hitting with paper tissues because this is Mortek Praetorian.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess 3 Mortek will die from this.
You say 3, and I say actually he will roll above average. 4 will die.
Okay, 4. Yeah, 3 then. So.
And this will be 2 batches of hits first. They got all those buffs up still. So they are rerolling hits, rerolling wounds. Next turn they will not be able to do that because they don't have the priestess in sight anymore because she's dead.
So no rerolling 2 wounds then? But still rerolling ones to hit, I believe.
He got still in this turn, but in the next turn he will not have them. Yes. If it's not having them because of the turn, starting Khaine got a lot of buffs going on as the game progresses. Okay.
16 wounds from the first batch?
Yeah, 16 wounds, and that was just the first batch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he will hit harder this time.
Yeah, but I mean, even if he gets like 30 wounds through, it's 10 saved on the...
Reroll.
Yeah, 10 failed and then just 3 from that. So.
Yeah, reroll 3 saves, yes. Morteks are mighty.
Yeah, you need some sort of rends to be able to break through the Mortek, or mortal wounds.
Mortal wounds, as we have said, is seen on the shield deflection.
Yeah.
Yes, Seraphon likes to play Mortek Guard with all those mortal wounds they got going, but the Daughters of Khaine are not mighty on mortal wounds.
No.
They got a lot of things going for them, but mortal wounds is not one of them.
I mean, they killed 10 with mortal wounds the previous turn, so...
Sure, but that was
above
average roll. And that's kind of their source of mortal wounds.
Doesn't Morathi also have some fancy spell that deals a lot of mortal wounds?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think...
She's no longer an issue, maybe.
No, she's...
But I mean, even if you deal mortal wounds again, they still have their death save, so they're not like totally useless against the mortal wounds.
No. Though he cannot use the magic that makes them 5+ because he doesn't have it in his magician.
Basically he went for the empower weapons rather than the empower shields.
Yeah, I think it's a good decision.
Yeah, I mean, they are immortal anyway, so...
Yeah. What's dead can never die, as we say in Mortal Games.
Oh man, you made me sad. Game of Thrones. Why?
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, sad. But now, we got some fancy things going on.
Oh, 6 wounds go through.
Yeah,
Oh, I think you were right there.
Yeah.
Oh, we were both wrong.
Yeah. 6 dead Mortek Guard. 5.
Oh, 5.
Sorry, 5 dead. Okay.
So Jonas were right.
Jonas was correct. This is 5 dead, not 3 or 4, as we said. And our guesses or estimations was not correct. Now Jonas can hit back with his 23 Mortek Guard or something.
Yeah. Like, even if a lot of them died, their fighting power is not diminished, as a lot of them couldn't strike anyways.
No. And now he can, with some piles, he could swamp the objective, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, here's locked in combat still, but in
some creative parts.
Yeah. Maybe or maybe not. It could be just outside though, because of the. I think they are slightly outside. You can't pile in onto it because it's too close to the daughters.
Yeah, but some of the daughters are that as well, so we will see.
Yeah, sure, but he got the Cauldron.
Yeah, true.
It will take a bit.
Watch now how he...
Which those special dice attacks with those great blades, because I hate great blades.
Yeah.
I hate them.
I mean, especially if you can empower the weapons, I don't know. I wouldn't take the great blades.
No, never great blades. Ugly on the models too.
Yeah.
I like the simple sword and board.
Yeah. I really like the spears on them as well, but there's like no reason to ever run the spears.
Yeah, if you're talking aesthetically, I would say spears, always spears. But if you're talking about game-wise, there's always swords.
I first thought that the Mortek Guard would be on like 32s at least, or maybe 28s when you saw the models, but they're a lot smaller than you'd expect.
Yeah.
Especially with Lord, like them being the Nagash response to the Stormcast.
Yeah, I was surprised too actually, but I mean they're growing on me on the aesthetic. I hated them first, but I think I'm okay with them.
Yeah.
I like them.
That's true.
Okay, anyway, we got some attacks going in. How many will be deflected? That's the question. How many will Samuel kill with his shields?
I'm gonna guess 5 this time around.
5. I would say he will roll above average again and kill 8. Okay, so force to wound for the Mortek Guard. The weakness to the mood. Wound roll, just put a Frost Phoenix there and they will cry.
Yeah.
But no one here is playing Cities of Sigmar, so we won't be seeing any Frost Phoenix, sadly.
Yeah.
We're hoping for you, Henrik, but you have some duties to attend to.
Yeah, I mean, who would be your co-host then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to play with my Cities of Sigmar, but with the Best in Show competition being decided by a jury.
Yeah.
It wouldn't just feel right if I wanted to compete, because it's mainly an army for display purposes.
Yeah. It's a very nice army though.
Yeah.
Anyway, no Cities of Sigmar here today. so we won't see any Frost Phoenixes or other Griffins and stuff. Anyway, we got some.
Is there a Be'lakor around? No, enfeebled foe.
Maybe some. But I don't think actually there's Be'lakor around.
I think one of the Warpview guys brought his guest list, but I don't know if he's bringing a.
I don't think he's playing corn.
Okay.
Okay. We got some wound rolls going, and there's a lot of hits because he has powered them up with some RDP, and they get those extra attacks.
So basically he's gonna hit everything and then
hit them again.
And like only half of the wound.
Yes.
Is there any way to add +2 wound to a Mortek unit?
No. The wound roll is the weakness.
2 Mortis Praetorians? Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Maybe re-rolling once, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
But I think wound rolls is supposed to be the weakness of the unit, so
yeah.
I think they got not that many buffs. So.
Another reason to bring Be'lakor.
Another reason to bring Be'lakor, yes.
Yeah.
Be'lakor is strong now, really strong.
Basically, if you're playing anything Chaos except Skaven, bring Be'lakor.
Bring him, just bring him, bring it. Okay. Still rolling hits.
Yeah, you know, Mortek Guard, infinite dice, stuff dice.
Yeah. This looks like a
and that's the wound rolls.
Oh, that's the wound rolls. Yeah. 17 dice. Okay, 17 dice, not dice though. We'll see how many that will die. Now we will see the deflection, and I said. There's a lot of.
It's like 30 wounds or something.
Yeah, there will be some deflections here. Okay.
You can use it.
6, 7, 8, 9 deflections. I said 8, but I was wrong. 12 deflections.
Yep.
He will kill them by deflections alone.
Yep.
Shields up, girls. Time to kill some Mortek Guard.
Spela bättre.
Jonas is frustrated because he's trying to save them, but I think 11 of them died due to deflections of the shields.
Like we're both wrong.
11. This is horrendous.
Yeah.
This is monstrous.
Yeah. Although I am okay with Mortek Guard dying.
Yeah, sure, I'm okay with that too. But I think this is like gross.
I mean, Jonas didn't bring Nagash today, so his mojo is off.
Yeah, I think it's. Except that 13-inch charge, though.
Yeah.
That was mighty.
But that was only so he could start deflecting.
Yeah, sure. He just wanted to be deflected. Okay. I have to go.
So 13 died in each unit. A mighty grind in the middle. Pair left now for. I guess it's a phone call. So yeah, Jonas is letting out a sigh of relief at Witch Elf not having shields for deflections. Yeah, so basically it's the shields that causes the deflection and not them being Sisters of Slaughter. So the large unit there up on the right does not have the mortal wounds back on R6. Jonas grabs both the objectives.
Yes, okay, we're back, and we can see that Jonas took 2 objectives and got 6 victory points for that. And there's not many Sisters of Slaughter left. There are 9.
Yeah, but you know, the Mortek will kill himself on those deflections.
The Mortets are deflected and killing themselves. And now the Witches got a good position of taking that objective back.
Yeah, he can make them pile in the hero phase apparently, and that means Jonas can't activate his re-rolling saves.
Now, okay.
So that's what they're talking about right now.
Okay, in his hero phase. Okay, yeah. Just that it's only possible in the combat phase. Yeah. Therefore, always shoot those Mortek Guard if you can.
Jonas is trying to grab the command point. And I'm gonna correct how many command points Samuel has. Should be a 2. Blessing of Khaine. It goes through. Rerolling Feel No Pain.
Okay, we're back.
Well, you are back. I'm still here.
Back. You were never gone.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Witch Brew on the large unit of Witch Elf.
Yes.
Catechism of Murder.
Yes.
Goes also through.
Okay, so he got a lot of options now. Samuel. He's got his unit, big unit, still on the board, and he's got his unit in the skies.
And the statue is always active now, so that is also a sort of good armor cracker with his, I think it's Ren 2 damage 2.
Ren 2, yes.
So that would also be an option.
Yeah, that could kill things. I think that Cauldron is not bad at all.
Well, wouldn't he more destroy Mortek if they're not alive rather than kill them?
Yeah, that's that's true. Anyway, he will now spend 1 command point to pile in and attack. So it's down to 2 command points again.
Now he saves his command
Okay,
points.
he changes his mind. He won't do that. I think he thinks he will be able to get them either way.
I mean, he needs to deflect them to death, right?
Yeah, I think that will be the deflection that will put an end to them. But though it's a diminishing return because they are fewer and fewer left, and they will not get that many attacks in. And
I mean, there were fewer than last time, so and he still scored 2 more deflections.
Sure. We will see what the witches will do, though. I'm interested in that.
Yeah. What's their actual threat range?
They can run and charge. And 6-inch run move. 6-inch move.
He's doing the volcanic rolls?
I don't know.
Yeah. But you have to remember that witch block also has -1 to hit.
Yeah, they got -1 to hit, and that's kind of important here.
Yeah. He's moving it up. Is he going for the center objective? Is he trying to kill Katakros? Is he
going for both?
Maybe.
But I think actually that. Yeah.
I mean, there's 9 points on the board at the moment, so if you would grab all 3, that would bring him back into the lead actually.
Yeah.
At 11 points, Jonas 8.
Yes.
And he has maybe a double turn coming up.
Yeah, the next priority roll, as always, priority rolls are important. But if someone can get the next turn, he's in a good position. But it's about cracking those Mortek Guards up, and they are tanky as hell.
Yeah.
He cannot hope for killing more than a few each turn if you don't get it going. He needs more attacks in, and I guess he will now.
Yeah.
definitely will take over that objective though, with 30 witches going in.
Yeah. We'll see he'll Snake Eyes charge with a reroll and Snake Eyes again.
Yeah, that would be sad. Sad for the game, because we need some interesting things happening now to break up this fight in the center.
Shooting, I think he can like spout blood or something from the blood throne. That's his only shooting.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. Like spit it with a spoon or something.
Yeah.
Come here, taste my blood. Yeah. He's debating if he wants to shoot or not. I don't know what that means. But
I think he can remove a few Mortek then, so he gets a longer charge. I believe.
That's okay. He roll a 6 for charge, I think.
Yeah.
So he's in. I think he can go into Katakros too if he wants to. But they are choosing not to activate the volcanic terrain because they haven't done it, and they will affect so much because Jonas can just bring away some troops if they die, and there's a lot of things going on. Anyway, the interesting part now is where will he go with his witches? He can spread out. He can really spread out now.
Yeah.
Taking a wide.
I think grabbing Jonas' objective, he has quite a few, not that many on it, so there's a few to tag in, but then he also tags in Katakros.
And he could tag in the catapult, he tags into Mortek Guard.
Yeah.
Maybe both units, maybe he wants to do that, but if he does, they can pile in and go onto the objective. And
Yeah.
such.
But if he manages to tag in and take all 3 objectives and then get a double,
yeah,
that's so many points.
That could be good. But he only got a 6-inch charge, so that makes his charge a bit less frightening.
Yeah.
Even if he goes wide, he won't be able to reach that objective or Katakros with much. And he will.
So a 6-inch charge, a 3-inch pile-in, and then 6 inches from the objectives. And
yeah,
it looks like it's maybe Katakros, both catapults, and maybe 2 Mortek Guard that holds objective, and a Boneshaper.
That's that depends on what he wants to do, because I don't think he wants to drag in those Mortek. Problem is, could he avoid it?
Could he still only tagging Catacross?
Yeah.
Grab the objective. That would be the optimal, but a
Yeah.
lot of measuring now.
Yeah, and I think it's actually quite hard to do that without getting a really awkward charge.
Yeah.
Okay. He is going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
He will take it. He'll take them all. But that also depends on how many witches that will die.
Yeah.
Because of the...
But I think he has witches to spare. And he also wants to stay within the general's aura for the...
Yeah, he will go wide, as I said. But the problem here is that he also locks himself into the fight. Okay, he has the objective, but he's not having...
But also the piles are gonna be really, really complicated, like who is closest to whom and how he can pile, etc.
Yeah, but he also, I mean, the mobility of the unit is now lost.
Yeah.
He's locked in combat.
Yeah. But I think if he managed to hold on to the objectives and then get a double and hold on to them again, it's almost game.
If he get the double into turn 3, maybe yes, but also it's just turn 3 though.
Yeah.
It depends on what happens next. If Jonas can take back the objectives.
Yeah.
And he also needs to win the priority.
Yeah. In hindsight, was it a good idea for Jonas to shoot at that lone Hag Priest?
That's... we still have to see, I think. Because
I mean, the large unit still got off the Witch Brew.
yeah.
And the Slaughter Priest, he has the command points in order to make them battle shock immune, and
Yes.
like reroll to wounds doesn't matter at all against the Mortek.
No.
So, I don't know. Maybe should have shot at the large unit of Witch Elves.
Yeah, whittle them down a bit.
Yeah. Because those catapults would have done a number on them.
Yeah, and they still can. At least one of them.
Yeah.
Okay, now he is attacking. It's a lot of girls on the objective now.
Yeah. I think the plural of several girls is still guys though. Strangely enough. English, you know.
Anyway.
Or is it? I think
No,
is it into you guys as a
yeah,
term?
yeah, sure. That's a matter of speech. Yes, you can say you guys. Anyway,
Well, several gods.
you will see now the pile, and this is complicated, as you said, because he can't get into 3 of the Mortek Guard. If he does, then they will be dragged in, and we'll be able to put them in the deck. So he need to make this very, very carefully. Oh, no, he was kind of
Nudging, yeah.
Nudging, yes, it's hard to play without making some nudges.
Yeah.
We will. It's a sort of a choice for him now. He wants to get as many witches as possible onto Katakros, but he don't want to bring in anyone else. Anyway, I think the next priority role will decide again. I would say.
Well, depending on how it goes for the Witch Elves now.
Sure. I mean, they can. Now they are those surrounding those Mortek Guard. It's debatable if the Mortek will survive this turn. Central Lord.
I mean, they don't have rend and -1 to hit.
Sure, but there's a lot of attacks.
Yeah, but I believe in the Jonas dice.
Yeah.
Just don't hit the Sister of Slaughter so they're deflected.
Yes, try to not be deflected to death.
Yeah, but also the Blood Throne has made it into combat, and that's a good option for some sweet rend too with the statue.
Sure, true. Jonas, hur många guards har du kvar?
Yeah, I mean he will almost guaranteed grab the center objective at least.
Yes, there's 12 Mortek Guard left in the center unit, so they could possibly they will survive this. There's a lot of attacks.
Yeah. I'm surprised though that Jonas took the turn when he had the chance to give it away, even if he got the double then. Because now he's in a tight spot if Samuel managed to get the double turn.
Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of attacks with reroll now. 2 batches of attacks against Catechism here. I think it's about 5 or so.
Yeah.
That's not on Catechism, it's on the unit. Okay. But still, it's witches who attacks with all their attacks on several places. Okay. Maybe we can get a zoom on the fight now. Okay, and as you can see, you get 5 witches on the Katakros and about 5, I think, a bit more onto the Mortek Guard. Okay. Still rolling. Lot of dice rolls going on now as Samuel tries to bring that Mortek Guard unit down. 20. First there's 13 attacks and then some more attacks to be saved. Okay. So we got some attacks in. Time for wound roll. Oh, sorry. Save. Okay, so all saves done by the Mortek Guard. And now it's time to hit Katakros, I think. Okay. So no Mortex killed on the attacks, but maybe on deflection later, as I used to. Okay, we got a lot of rerolls going on, but this is Doctor Khaine. Get used to it. So 14 saves on Katakros. And Katakros got his 2+ save. Samuel shakes his head in dismay. And 2 wounds onto Katakros in total. He is on the way down to getting more attacks. Så... So now we got some Mortek Guard, 11 or 12 Mortek Guard hitting back at the witches. Okay, as Jonas is counting how many attacks he will get onto the Sisters of Slaughters and onto the witches. Vem slår på först, Jonas? He will hit the Sisters of Slaughter first because he likes deflection. He likes to be hit back by some shields in the face. And force to wound onto the Sisters of Slaughter. So we got some 14 saves on the Sisters of Slaughter. And there's a 5+6+ deflection. Super deflection time. Only 2 deflections. I am sad and disappointed by Samuel's bad dice rolling. Only 2 deflections. Six Sisters of Slaughter dice. And 2 Mortek Guard dice by deflection. So it's 9 left. Okay. As Samuel takes away the casualties. There's only a few Sisters of Slaughters left, maybe one or two. And now it's time for the Mortek Guard to hit the Witch Elves. Jonas will hit with some Great Blades first. But as we know, Great Blades are bad. They will not kill anything. Okay. Wounds and 4. Five saves on the Witch Elves. And one Witch Elf is killed. Only one killed. It's time for the Slaughter Queen on the Cauldron of Blood to kill something. She got some reroll hits this turn. And she will try to hit some Mortek Guard. Okay. Okay. So the Avatar of Khaine will hit some Mortek Guard. Maybe he can
3 up with reroll.
crack up some. Yes.
So 3 hits. 3 up. 2 wins. And these are run 2, so they're actually quite good against Mortek.
Yeah, and only 2 Morteks killed by deflection so far. So there's still about 9 or 10 of them left. And I think Jonas actually managed his saves. 5+ rerollable. So,
Oh,
and the Morteks are now in cover, he says. So he got a really good save of 4+ rerollable against the Avatar Khaine. Despite it ran 2.
yeah.
Okay. Run 1 damage 1.
3 up with reroll. 1 dead. And 6 up.
1 dead Mortek Guard. And then we got the witches. Okay. 6 more attacks. No round. Damage 1.
And 1 more dice.
1 more dice, and I think they are down to 7 or something. The Sisters of Slaughter are all but annihilated.
Yeah.
But only 1 Witch Elf are dead in the unit, so 29 remains. But Katakros is still...
Has he struck Catechism?
No, he's still his attacks left to strike. Jonas, har Katakros attackerat? Okay, so this is interesting. Katakros will now hit back.
I think he starts out with his attendants.
And despite... And if he gets some wounds going here, Samuel will have a decision to make where to take casualties. But that depends on how many wounds that he will be able to make. But I mean, witches are not that tanky, even though they got this Hagg Nar save.
Yeah, but like he's not at his Super Saiyan stage yet, so
No,
I don't think he'll be able to kill enough. Let's see.
a few, 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think he's like 2 attacks with his glaive and none with the shield so far.
Yeah,
So, but all the attendants are able to fight.
yeah.
6 saves.
6 saves on 6s.
Yeah, 2 attacks with the glaive. 6 up. And 5 up. With reroll. So 2 dead.
2 dead.
Now,
And now
in the cut.
it's time for the shield.
2 attacks with in the cut. And 1 misses. 1 wound, run 3. And 3 damage. So 5 up, 5 up. 1.
So in total 3 dead witches. It's a bit of a slow pace to kill them. He needs to kill more.
Yeah. But with the re-rolling on the negates and the 5 up negates.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Katakros did enough.
No, he didn't do enough this turn at least. But now they are measuring for all those objectives. Where I think it's clear that Samuel has his own. I think it's also clear that he has the center, and I think that he also grabs the third.
Yeah, I think it's like 5 at least witch elves and
5 or 6.
Yeah. And is that Mortek? I don't know.
He will make some
Battle shock
battle shock.
on the Sisters of Slaughter.
And I think the sister actually ran away.
Yeah.
That's also the last one. Now it is close measuring to see how many.
Yeah, I think he has it.
Okay.
Samuel takes 9 points.
All points to Samuel. So he's up to 11 points, and now the priority roll will be important.
Oh, Sheila. And so white dice is Jonas and dark dice is Samuel. Ooh, that was a
really important dice roll.
importante.
If Jonas had lost that priority roll, I would say that would be the game.
Yeah, but now he has a chance to retaliate, especially with those catapults.
Yeah, he needs to grab all those objectives this turn. He needs to shut those witches down, and he will be able to do it, I will say.
Yeah, like, sure it's a big unit, but he can dedicate all his Mortek. He can fight with Katakros, he can debuff them, he can just shoot the catapults at them.
Yeah, the hard part will be to get to Samuel's objective.
Yeah, but does he need it though?
Maybe. It depends on what's happening the next turn, because Samuel will get it, and he could get it again with his hot runners, for example. So I would say that...
But I got a hard time seeing 5 hot runners surviving even against the catapults if they go for the objective.
No, but if you get a double turn, they can take it first.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Anyway, it depends on how this central fight will go. Anyway, he needs to whittle those witch elves down fast. And now he will use the special shooting attack to try to move to walk around the Hagg Nar rerollable DPR, because it's just slain models, no saves.
Yeah, so I think he can even pick which model to slay. So, for example, if they are on a big conga line, he's able to. Oh crap!
Yeah,
I think if we go to the other, fuck, not that screen. If we go to.
Okay. this.
Say, for example, if we would grab one of two of the center witch elves there,
Yeah.
attack with the Mortek Guard from both sides, so the witch elves can't pile,
Oh,
and
that's
just half
big.
the unit is gone.
Yeah, that's big. That's big. And also if you whittle them down a bit, so you can't. What?
Yeah, we're not
Okay.
maybe supposed to talk. But
Where are those guys going?
I don't know.
He is getting back some Mortex, and they are congoing a bit up to the Nexus. The Cauldron gets -1 to hit from Katakros. The Nexus will not make anyone get -2 to hit this turn. So -1 to hit on the Cauldron from Katakros.
Yeah, like it's. You can really tell Jonas has been playing a lot that he managed to spot this.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Jonas is measuring. And try to sidestep. He wants to get one model into the objective. Okay.
It's really well spotted of Jonas there.
Yeah. Yeah. He's going with his unit to move around to try to get the objective.
Yep.
Some extra movement on the Mortek Guard, so a good charge, and he's in. Some good piles, strategic piles, and he got that objective. As you can see, the Mortek Guard, I think he has to actually run them, but he got one onto the objective.
Yeah.
And one is enough if he piles with his other Mortek Guard.
Yeah.
Jonas, sprang du med de där Mortexarna eller? Och han har en i på objektivet eller? Ja, du kan få två, precis. Ja.
So basically, he's able to slide pile one of his Mortek Guard, so he gets 2 on the objective versus 1 on the Blood Throne.
Yeah.
So he needs to kill all the Mortek Guard in the middle in the combat phase.
Yes. And now it's the catapults that are hitting the witches. Ordinary shots, I think.
Yeah.
I thought he was going for special dice.
Yeah. Maybe he regretted it, since he's dedicating that unit that could have locked him in combat somewhere else. But I mean, they hit hard enough to start demolishing the unit, so maybe it's better just to shoot them normally.
Yeah. Okay, he failed all 3 saves, so it's 15 DPR rerollable.
Yeah, so 5 up, so should maybe be 8 that dice or something.
This could be huge.
Yeah.
He has not killed that many of them yet.
6 of them die?
6 dead. That's big. That's big. They are stringed out.
Yeah.
So
he has to start thinking about where to remove them from.
Yeah.
And this is also really his large, big, punchy unit left on the board.
Yeah, and as you can see at the center right position in Jonas' deployment, he has put up his Mortek Guard as a screen to stop the Heartrenders from be able to arrive. Okay. so it's Jonas' turn. He starts to whittle the which was done with shooting, and he killed 6. And Samuel is now removing casualties and trying to think well of how to remove them in the best way. And this is hard. It is a unit stringed out.
Yeah.
It is not easy. Not easy to do this when you are supposed to hold 2 objectives at the same time, or maybe 3. But if Jonas gets another good shot in, he will be able to take them out. But now Samuel did a strategic thing here.
No, he's gonna put some of them back.
Okay.
It's just to remove the...
Oh, the movement tree, okay.
Maybe...
Yeah, we will see how this plays out.
he removed that
Yeah,
one, so.
he removed the casualties, so that Catechism is now barely in combat. And there is the choice for Jonas here. If he wants to have him in combat or not, that he can always make a short charge. So no problem. He wants to. Okay. We will look here, where they are trying to see where the other catapult is going to shoot, I think. En katapult kvar va, Jonas? Den sköt. En träff. 2 wounds with the other catapult.
Yeah, it sort of whiffed.
Okay. So now he's trying to stop the heart runners from going anywhere. If they are going down, they should not be able to.
Yeah, and he's gonna make sure he has 5 guys in the center, so they can't take the objective from him.
Yeah. Info.
Yeah, there's no chatbot at the moment, so sorry.
No.
But basically, it's we're playing Star Strike.
Yeah. Star Strike in this Fantasia Fanatic tournament. 26 players in the north part of Sweden. It's OBR versus Daughters of Khaine, and we got 2 players playing at table 1.
Yeah. So basically, OBR list is double catapult with Katakros, 10-man unit, 20-man unit, and a 40-man unit of Mortek Guard in the Mortis Praetorians, and a Boneshaper with empower weapons.
Yes.
The Daughters of Khaine player had Morati on the table.
And
he had
80 witches of various sorts.
Yeah. 2 Hag Priests and a Blood Throne, and 5 Heartrenders in Deep Strike.
Yeah. But now there's only 1 witch unit remaining here.
Yeah. And they don't have the deflecting shields, so they're gonna have a hard time with the Mortek.
Yeah, yeah. And we have seen an interesting match where the Mortek Guard made a 13-inch charge, and then sort of whiffed their attacks, and it was a lot of them were killed by deflecting shields.
22 Mortek Guard died during 2 combat turns from deflecting shields.
Yeah, and about 1 in actual combat. Well, we now have a situation where Jonas, the OBR player, wants to get into all of those objectives fast, and also kills as many witches as possible this turn.
And there you see he piled up his Mortek Guard, so now he has 2 Mortek on the objective.
And this is round 3. Jonas has won all priority rolls. And he now will take control of at least 2 of the objectives, maybe 3, we will see. Depends on how many witches he could kill. He has a unit of Mortek Guard, 10 Mortek Guards on the way to the objective, with 1 in range of Samuel's home objective, and also another one which he can pile in. So he got 2, and the Cauldron of Blood is there, so he could take that objective too if he's able to kill some witches.
Yeah.
We are soon to go into close combat, I think.
Yeah.
They are piling and thinking and piling. So this is somewhat quiet here now as at the tournament because we are almost at lunchtime. So players are taking some refreshments, maybe a bit of air.
A bit of air.
Yes, this game and another remaining. So this game will sort of be decided on this turn, I think. If he kills enough witches, I think it's game.
Yeah. But still, it's a 5-up negate with reroll. So.
Yeah, it's hard to kill them.
Yeah.
9 wounds onto the witches.
Yeah. Ran one.
Ran one, and I think this is from the Mortek Guard unit.
Yeah, that just piled, so they could grab the objective.
Yeah. That's the unit that you can see in the center now.
Yeah.
That unit was actually somewhat depleted, but now is back to good shape because of Katakros.
Yeah.
They were down to 4 models, 3 models, but after Moratha died, they have been able to come back. Okay. Precis. Ja, det är lunch, men vi ska kolla upp det. Det blev lite senare med starten också när det var stream.
Jag tror att om vi spelar klart den här turnen, så prio, så tror jag att vi skulle
Då tror vi ser hur det kommer att gå, ja. Det kommer att bero på lite mycket witches du kan stödja det.
Ja, exakt. Men det beror också på hur mycket Cauldron slår igen.
Oh ja.
Ja, 11 stycken. Då är det minus 1.
Okay. 11 saves on the Cauldron of Blood from the other Mortek Guard unit. Samuel is making some dice rolls. Try to save some of the Cauldron of Blood. Okay. Samuel is trying to pile his witches in a good way to don't get so many attacks back at him. He also tries to get as many in to kill off those Mortek Guard because he needs to whittle them down to keep the control of the objective. So it's intense now. It's at the end of the game, I would say. The game will be decided about those crucial close combats now, and also the next priority rule. So 9 witches, it's 36 attacks, and he's tried to take those Mortek Guard down. Now Jonas is praying for good fortune because this is up to the witches and Samuel's attacks. If he rolls some hot dice, this is over.
They have proven ineffective so far.
It's a lot of attacks, 36 attacks, but as you know, witches has no rend, There's no way to get Mind Razor on because Marathi is killed. So he has to rely on his paper tissue attacks to break the Mortek Guard Praetorian armor. And as you know, Mortek Guard has 3+ rerollable save, and I think some of them have 2+ rerollable actually, because they are in cover. Okay, so Samuel is trying to break the Mortek Guard armor. Now 4+ to wound. There's a lot of dice still, but will this get any effect on those Mortek Guard? That's dependable. That is discussable, and I think the answer is no, because they got no rand at all. Earlier in this game, the Sisters of Slaughters have deflected a lot of attacks. They are dead now. So so 28 wound rolls. 28 save rolls for Jonas to make. And this will be very important. If he whiffs some of those, it's tough and it's over. Okay.
Skulle vi kunna göra någonting så att man inte behöver höja sig så mycket för att slå för de som spelar Battleline nästa gång?
Höja dice-rollen.
I ryggen.
Men han filmar ju inte ens dice.
Inte just nu. inte just nu.
Överlag så är det slå vanligt.
Ja.
Om inte han säger att nu använder vi dice
Ja, gör så.
tray.
Okay, so we just had a bit of talk in Swedish here about that they don't need to roll on a dice roll if you don't zoom the dice roll in the dice bin. Anyway, they got some pain in the back for all the dice rolling into the dice roll.
Since our streamer here doesn't tell them that he's not using the dice tray to show you guys what the roll is,
No.
they don't really need to use it, they can roll it normal.
Yeah.
But you just like to see them in pain,
Yeah, sure,
in agony.
sure. Pain and agony, yes.
Yeah.
And now we have to say welcome to Jesper too, Jesper Melander.
Thanks.
You are the one responsible for this Asylum Wargaming streaming site
Correct.
on Twitch.
Correct.
And we can say that we have had a really interesting game here. And they are piling now. Piling some troops. Because he has charged, he can pile in his Mortek Guard and go on to the objective. So that Jonas will do. Not many attacks that will get in, but he will get a lot of guys onto the objective. Even though they are falling off the terrain piece, they are still onto the objective. Okay, 5 Mortek Guards are hitting the witches. Not many witches left now. And if they kill enough, they will take control of the center objective and then hold all the objectives.
Ni har slår här borta.
Okay.
Det är nu Per aktiverar den här kameran för att
And now Jonas is hitting the dice bin despite not needing it. Yes. Anyway. So now we'll see how many of those wounds will he be able to save. 4 more witches die, and that means that the unit is quite small now. are a few left, but not many. Både muntligt och annat. Okay. So before the next match, we will be able to get those lists available for you in the stream. There has been some problem reaching the Best Coast pairings app for us, so we haven't been able to make those lists up so you can see them on screen. We have several times told you about which units that each player has, but of course it's better to be able to read it. Okay. So we are now still. The Avatar of Khaine made 0 damage on the Mortek Guard, and now it's time for the other attacks from the Cauldron. And some rerolls later. 5 wounds and ran 1. So I think they are still in cover, so they gotta really not in cover anymore. They are piled out of cover. So 2 dead Mortek Guard. 2 dead. So this is still turn 3. Okay. 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 So now Samuel is
Okej. 3+3+3+4+. Men alltid kan 4 då kan man minska. Gäller den alltid eller bara i Contest?
We got some attack still.
För den gör vi något shooting också.
Okay, so it's Samuel's turn. Turn 3. He has elected to use a command point to hit in the hair face.
Rullar på 3 metall, 4 metall. 4 stycken rend damage. D3. Ja.
So the score now is 20-11. Jonas has played his turn 3 and he gets 20 points. Samuel has 11 points, but it's his turn 3 and now he is attacking in his hero phase. He's trying to grasp some points and he's trying to kill off those Mortek Guard. By attacking in the hero phase, he's maybe is able to whittle them down a bit. You'll see. Jonas got 2 units onto the center objective. 15 guys.
De får piling on från Necropolis också.
Samuel has used all his command points and will attack again with the other unit too. Witches will attack again. In the hero phase. Pile in and attack. So 5 more girls into the Mortek Guard. Try to take them out to make Jonas not hold the home objective of Samuel. And if he can do that, and if he can get hold of it with his Cauldron, he takes the objective, and he can also, if he is lucky with his attacks, takes the center objective and maybe get some points back. Take over the lead, because he needs to take all 3 objectives to take the lead back in this turn. Could also hope for priority in the next turn. Okay. 2 more Mortek Guard killed from the other unit. Jonas take them away, and still some dice rolling going on. The witches shall attack onto the other unit too. And as you understand, Jonas can't attack back because this is in the hero phase of Samuel. It's not in his combat phase, it's in the hero phase. So he can't even reroll his Mortek Guard saves with the shields, the shield wall. Special rule. So 14 attacks. 14 attacks on the center unit of Mortek Guard, still alive. The 40 unit that is now a lot smaller than 40. And 7 died. No reroll saves in the hero phase. And in total 6 dead after death saves. 1 Mortek Guard left, and it's still holding the objective, so that Jonas has the home objective still. But Samuel only needs to kill 1 more to get a control of it. This is intense. This will be game breaking. If Samuel could kill those Mortek Guard, the surviving one and the other unit, he has control of both objectives, and maybe that could take him back into the game.
Yes, men det var min hero face då. Movement face. Och springer jag med den lilla yxan. Någonstans.
Okay, it's movement phase time. Samuel has taken 1 of his witch elves and put it on the objective. So he now got 2 models onto the home objective, and now he's going to move some units up and see if he can put his witches. They are actually fleeing from combat, retreating, tactical retreat, going into the utmost center of the board to take control of the objective there, but he got 10 models onto the objective. And Jonas has 10 models in the middle, and Samuel has 10 models in the middle. So at this moment, Jonas controls the center objective because he had taken control of it earlier. They got the same amount of models onto the objective. Samuel needs to kill one, only one of them, Mortek Guard, to be able to take back control of the objective. Will he do it or will he not? This is intense. Okay. So now he's moving around to see where should he place his heart renders. The unit that has been in hiding for all the game, it needs to come down this turn or it will be destroyed. So the heart renders goes down, and that means he can threaten the third objective, Jonas' home objective too. And if he makes that charge, we have the objective. This is intense. This is close. Will he or will he not take the objective? Okay, the Cauldron will attack the last remaining one of the Mortek Guard still in the center of the board. 3+, 3+. No hits onto the Mortek. 2 hits onto the Mortek Guard, ran 1, damage 1. 4+ rerollable. And it takes both. So the Mortek Guard in the center is still alive. That means that Jonas has still control of the home objective of Samuel. 2 models to 2, but if you got the control, you remain in control, or at least you don't lose control of it. So no point for Samuel for the home objective as it stands just now. Now he's using the attacks of the avatar, and the avatar of Khaine has ran 2. So 5+ rerollable with 5 dice. Can Jonas make it? Can he make it or not?
Okej. Det var min shooting. Combat.
Shooting from the heart renders onto Katakros, making some wounds. No, onto the Boneshaper, making some wounds on him. Yes.
Och då får jag ju helt enkelt så den. Ja, precis. Så ska vi se. Träffa 4. Rerollar 5 hit rolls. Hon där 3. 2 gånger rend 2 där.
Den ska jag naturligtvis köra.
Ja, absolut.
2 stycken.
Rend 2 damage.
2 slag 5.
The last remaining Mortar Guard in the center unit died.
För jag försöker köra den här. Nej, jo vänta, reroll 1 då. Nej.
So
15 som kommer fram.
Samuel failed his charge with his unit of Heartrenders. So now it's time for priority again, and Samuel took one. He took one objective, getting total of 3 points. Jonas takes control. He takes the turn, and that's game. Samuel elects to concede because Jonas won the priority, and that means that Samuel can't get enough points in time, and he will be run over by the Mortek Guard. So, as we can see, it's game, and congratulations to Jonas for a tight game, good play from both parts. And stay tuned. After a short lunch break, we will return for more streaming games here. This stream will stop in a moment. We will maybe have a word with Jonas first. Okay. Game is over, and as Jonas was able to win priority, Samuel has no possible way of getting the points before he's dead due to the might of the OBR and the catapults and stuff that Jonas got. So only being able to get 4 points in the 3 points in the turn by getting one objective in turn 3, he was not able to get enough points to try to pass Jonas 20 points. So Jonas 20, Samuel 14 with 2 points, and Jonas took the win. Jonas, kommer du kort bara säga någon kommentar? Ja. Okay, so we got Jonas here for a short winner interview.
Kommer du med mig, Samuel?
Okay. Welcome, Jonas. Jonas Paro here.
Thank you.
Winning the first game in the Fantasia Fanatic 38 tournament against the Daughters of Khaine. Close game, but you won.
Very close, yes. I won due in great part to luck.
You got some luck with the priority rolls.
Yes, and not only that, I had also 2 straight up 5-up saves against his damage 3 attacks.
Yeah.
That locked his Cauldron into combat, so he couldn't charge my remaining Mortek Guard, and only managed to take 1 objective in the 4th turn. So
yeah, that and a mighty 13 charge in the second turn.
the 13 in charge helped
first
as well.
And then you got a 10 or 11 or 12 charge later on as well with the other Mortek unit.
Yeah.
So
They were on fire.
some luck, but also good play from both parts. We will get back soon with another game, and congrats to Jonas, and
Thank you.
good luck in the coming games for both
Good
of
luck,
you.
Samuel.
Good luck.
Well played. Well played.